Hello, hello. Welcome to our Friday witchy hangout. I'm so excited. I always just get so nervous. Like, I just have major butterflies here for this one. Are we nervous? Are we nervous for this? Okay, I just want to say thank you so much. Araceli already donated, and she says she's probably not going to be able to make the live stream, but she still gave a donation and left anyway. So if you see this on the playback, thank you so much. And Brody, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are hilarious in the chat. Chrislyn Maven is like, can we make sure we get Jess her water? I love this crew. Okay, man, I'm so nervous. Like, I have such butterflies in my stomach for this. Okay, so today we are doing a juicy live stream on what do they regret about you? Do they regret hurting you? That whole kind of shebang. So clearly something has gone wrong here in these connections that we're looking into. Maybe that's why I feel nervous. So as per usual, I got the 3 piles here. I don't have an anchor card today. The first one is the womb. Oh my gosh, you woman, you says happy Friday. I literally was saying that to Alex as I saw that typo, and I was like, we should do that every Friday. It should be happy Friday. Okay, pile number 2, the offering. And we've got pile number 3, the poet. Okay. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, I'm going to hold all of them up. This is pile number 1 on this side, pile number 2 in the middle, and pile number 3 over here. Over here. So just do your thing. Calm your energy. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you need to for a moment. Really center yourself in your own energy. Feel grounded, safe, and secure in your own space. No problem with that, right? And allow your energy to settle. Open your eyes, allow yourself to get drawn into whatever pile or multiple piles you're naturally drawn into energetically, keeping in mind the way in which you are drawn into your pile or multiple piles can sometimes be a clarifying message in and of itself. It can tell you about a path to get somewhere. It can tell you what's overlaying the truth of a situation, all of that good stuff. Okay, so let's move into, I'm so nervous. Why? Okay, pile number 1, we've got this womb card energy. Okay, so what does this person regret hurting you? Yes, it might have taken this person some time to kind of get to it, because I feel like this person was like maybe overlaying a situation with some kind of like party energy. There's distraction energy here, but it's distraction with like, I'm seeing like brightly colored things, you know, ooh, shiny. It feels happy. It feels fun. It feels vibrant, and it feels free, like whatever this is. But, okay, this does look like a third party situation here. So somebody could have been trying to distract themselves, just like distract you maybe even with like a third party situation. And I don't know where you sit here in this dynamic, because it could be that this person involved themselves with you because they were trying to get somebody else's attention, and they regret doing that, because whoever's doing that, whoever's kind of playing both people here as a control means, they owe karmic debt to both of those people, right? They need to leave somebody here alone that they're truly not interested in. They're just kind of distracting themselves frivolously and maybe trying to get somebody's attention. They're using that person, and that is a person, you know, with like a heart and a mind and a soul. So that's something that they regret if it goes that way. But if you are the person that this person is partnered up with or wanted to be partnered up with, they really do regret involving you in this or engaging with this other kind of person, because I do feel like something went wrong here. Oh, I'm hearing that it's kind of an undercurrent for all of the piles, this element of like strategy and control, and applying that, but thinking that you can control the mechanism. And schmegs is a big one. Like, you can't control that. That's a power energy of itself. It's death, destruction energy. It's trauma energy. It's split into, it's a highly volatile energy. So if you're trying to like use something like that, then it's going to turn around on you. And I feel like that potentially turned around on this person here in this situation. Now, here's where I'm going to get very specific, and I want to give a bit of a trigger warning, because like I said, I don't know where you sit here in this energy. And this is a very specific message here for some, and the rest of the message, even if this part doesn't apply to you, the rest of the message is still going to apply. But for some, it's like very much a package deal. But like I said, I don't know where you sit in this energy. So there's a bit of a trigger warning here, because this isn't a very like correct, like socially correct kind of a thing. It's like a hard thing to say, but we're dipping into somebody's subconscious here and we're pulling out what they regret. This is like, they would never maybe say this out loud. They have like a strong filter, but we're kind of getting beneath that here and we have to be prepared, okay? So I'm kind of getting that this person regrets a pregnancy. For some of you, this could be you. But this person does regret a pregnancy, a parent. So they could regret potentially who they had children with, or there could be a situation here where they had a family or children here with someone and then they involved with somebody else and that situation like got destroyed, or there was a person that they wanted like, you know, the home and the family and everything with, but then they distracted themselves, they involved with somebody else, and then that ended up putting them at a distance here. But there's really that this person I think does regret some kind of frivolous affair party energy that they thought was superficial. And again, schmegs is never superficial. That's really powerful energy. It's transformative energy, right? It's death energy. Something ends and something transforms, like when you're applying that energy. But this person, I think, took this very lightweight, and they were doing that as a means of distracting them from their emotional space, and maybe to try to distract themselves, and maybe to try to get somebody here to chase. And they were really taking this very lightly, but then it kind of blew up in their face here, like in a major way. But the deeper regret beyond that is that it blew up a situation that they wanted it to be this womb space with. Again, somebody that they had this family with. So they also regret here not taking this respectfully, this womb space. So again, with this partnership energy, it's like maybe they regret not keeping a firm boundary here, keeping something, I'm hearing like keeping that marriage bed pure. And I don't mean that in any kind of like weird way. They wish that they would have been more protective and that they provided a safe space. They wish with their schmegdual energy, they used that to build connection and intimacy and family and bonds. And I'm hearing the word cherish, like between the two of you. They really wish that was the energy signature of their schmegdual energy, but instead it became a pawn and a game piece and some kind of strategy. So they degraded their own schmegdual energy first and foremost. They also don't take that energy, they take it as a lightweight energy, and it's really not. And it really did blow up in their face, but there's something here about perimeter and building of the home, and that to me is kind of looking like a womb. Like I'm seeing like building a home space, and it's like your home space and your relationship, it's just for the two of you. And it is a happy, vibrant, healthy, juicy, place. And that's the place for that energy, and dealing with that and dealing with your problems like more head on and not running away. I just heard like a little bit. They really wish that, because this person saw their happiness here with somebody and they really wanted to honor that. And again, for some, this is like children. They could have regretted like who they had children with, or definitely that. It's like they regret a parent that they gave a child, because it wasn't ever built on that. But yeah, and it was something that was maybe very alluring, very tempting, but in a superficial kind of way, in a shiny sort of way. Oh, isn't this just fun? It's fun in a distracting kind of a way, but they had a connection here, or they wanted that kind of a connection here with somebody, or they had that already. And yeah, that really did kind of blow up in their face. And I feel like this person knows that they really hurt you. There could be a mother wound here. And yeah, so let me just pull. Yeah, look, spiritual and married. This person wanted a spiritual marriage, or maybe they felt that they had that with you. Like, for some of you, you were with this person. They really did. And instead, I think they maybe there's this type of marriage here now, like with a karmic partner. So somebody here could have gotten pregnant and now they're with that person. And if they're not with that person in a marriage because they were like, listen, we have this kid together, but I'm not committed to you in my heart. So let's not make a bad situation worse. Let's not add layers of complexity and confusion here. Like, it is what it is. We've got to do what we've got to do here, but no more kind of a thing. But for some, so they're just tied to this person here in this kind of family marriage dynamic, but they don't really feel it. And it's really led to a lot of chaos in their life, an ego death, a downward spiral, and that is eventually going to lead to some kind of spiritual awakening. And again, I think this person's having this realization here. They could have got caught out doing something here. Ghosted. So this person also could have run away from this, like not giving you any closure, not explain themselves, and left you thinking that this other person is a genuine rival to you, when in reality, this person just wanted your attention. Like, again, if you're that partnership energy, and they kind of regret not making that clear. And I feel like this person, they got caught red-handed and with their hands in the cookie jar here. And they got caught because somebody got pregnant, because they were messing around with energies that are bigger than them. The schmegdual energies, death energy, scorpionic energy, power, control, other people's money. People who are much more strategic. Whoever this is, it's like is very scorpionic. So it's hidden. They're much more strategic than they are. But it was under, they got involved with somebody here. It was under the guise, this veneer of like, I'm just picturing like these bright colors and it's like sunny and the wind is blowing through and it's, oh, this is just superficial and we're just having fun. But really behind that is a very cunning creature who is very scorpionic. They move in the shadows and they want some kind of power and control here, maybe over this situation. I think it's a longing for power and control over their own life, but they use their womb space to do it. This frivolous sort of schmegsual energy, they use that actually as a binding agent and as a means of control. This person learned that the hard way, that what appears to be like lightweight, that you don't always get to decide. In partnership, you have to really know your partner. I don't think this person really took the time to get to know either of you, because there's something here that I think they misjudged you, that thinking that you were going to take the bait on this, or that you were going to bridge the gap with their mistake, that they actually needed to be the one to rectify this. They misread your energy because this person wasn't getting to know people here on a deeper level. And I think this is because they felt insecure, again, with the scorpionic energy, because they needed to get to know you on a deep level, right? Scorpio is deep knowledge. It's deep emotion, but it's stagnant emotion. So there could be like deep emotions between the two of you that like were left to stagnate, but it's because this person refused to go deep with you. And this feels emotionally, and it feels like some kind of, having a conversation, getting to know you, getting to know actually you. And now that they do, I think they're getting to understand that like it wasn't just a frivolous, this person, there's something here with the schmegsual energy where it's like this person kind of takes it as like a lightweight energy. And if they feel that connection to somebody, they lump everybody into a single category. And they didn't realize that it was something different with you until it was like already gone or it was too late. They kind of knew that there was something different about you, but they thought it was just on a level of superficiality or attraction, or like they just really liked your personality or something. But as they got to know you deeper, okay, so somehow maybe some of you had to spend time in close quarters here with this person. I'm also hearing you don't really know somebody until like you break up with them, that kind of folky wisdom. And so it could have been that you went through a divorce or you went through a major breakup here, and it had to do with like a lot of trauma, but you handled yourself with like a lot of dignity, and this person really, really got to know you on a deep level, and they understood what made you different. They understood that you were a prize, that you were the diamond in the rough, right? Everything out here might be kind of rough, and you were this like kind of diamond, but a diamond is forged under pressure, right? So they recognize that you are in a class all your own, and that they really saw your value and they really saw your worth because of this ending, because of this trauma, because of how you handled yourself. For others of you, whatever this was, it did actually put you in some kind of close quarters. Like, so you could have been in a family with this person, they cheated on you, maybe they got this other person pregnant, blew up your family, but you still have to work in close quarters here, like with this person and maybe this other human being, in order to figure out like custody and who's and again, you've handled yourself with such dignity and grace. So they're through getting to know you, really getting to know you on this deep level. This person is just, they're growing in their attraction to you. They're growing in their emotional bondedness to you, but while having this other thing. And it's leading to this spiritual energy of chaos, ego, death, downward spiral, spiritual awakening. They're realizing, oh my God, I don't know what I was doing. How could I ever have risked this? The frivolity of this experience is really putting this person to shame. There's a lot of shame in this, is what I'm hearing, but you also blow somebody out of the water here. Both of these individuals, I think, these karmic people, you just put their energy to shame, and you're not trying to, and there is no strategy here. It's the power within you. And I think this person's meant to, because Scorpio also, always for me, it represents a soul split in two. And this person was split in two with this like frivolity thing, but wanting to go deep with you and being kind of ready to do that. And maybe even ready to start a family and ready to they were split in two here, and they're realizing, dang, that path is so enriching. I was just looking at like the troubles of like maybe commitment. I was just looking at the troubles of like this and that, the responsibility, the burden of it. But man, what I wouldn't give to be in a relationship with a good person. My husband said something very flattering to me once, and he was like, he was like, I just love you so much. And he was like, just in any of these like little frivolous things, he's like, it's just nothing compared to a good wife. Like actually finding and having a good wife, like it just doesn't even compare. And I feel like this person's learning that, but they're learning it from not from a lack, from having like messed up, and from having, again, that scorpionic energy pulled into secrets, strategy, involving with frivolous stuff, and putting that at all on the same level as what it is that you had. And the only way they could do that is because of a misunderstanding of the schmegsual energy. Oh, well, I feel lustful, superficial, lightweight, attraction, but it makes me want to put my junk, my 3 inches somewhere, and I'm associating that feeling with them, but I'm also associating it with you. But it's so much more with you The sum is greater than the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. This person really truly did not know that. Now they got themselves here in a situation. I feel like they're depressed. They're definitely with a karmic energy that manufactured some kind of connective tissue between the two of them where it does not exist naturally. This person would have known that if they were able to go deep. First and foremost within themselves. This is a person who was cut off from their emotional space. Distraction. So all these colorful distractions, they were trying to distract themselves with all of that. They didn't want to go deep in their emotional space. Their emotional space would not have lied to them. It would have told them, the hell are you doing? This is ridiculous. That is where you want to go. It would have told them that. But I feel like, again, it's death. It's an ego death. Maybe this person was a player. There's some kind of ego death like, well, I need to get away from this and I need to define, I'm hearing my own manhood. I need to define my own worth. So, but I feel like that means letting go of the former person that they were. So this could be like playboy energy or just single energy, or maybe this person didn't feel like they wanted to be committed to somebody until they met you because you're their soulmate and you're like supposed to be with them, and they didn't know that until they met you. But it's a death energy, scorpionic energy, death energy. But they're playing around with fire here because they're going to F the wrong person, and that's going to cause that ending. This person doesn't get to control the ending energy. All they can do is control their own behavior and their own actions and who they're cavorting with. But they're taking that energy way too lightweight. They'll never do that again. Like in this life or any other, I really feel this is a major learning here for this person. Yeah, illumination, truth, discovery, and awakening. So this person is regretting the means and the mechanism and the deep unconsciousness that they had to go through in order to like have this experience. And I'm hearing like this coming from spirit, where spirit is saying like, look, the good side of things, the spiritual side of things, we never waste anything. So yes, there's trauma here. The good energies are not the only energies that exist here on this planet. That's come out here in a lot of the readings that I've been recording. I'm like a couple weeks ahead now with the readings that are coming out every single day. And I can't remember which one I said it in or if it came out or not, but that's been a repeat message where they're saying, look, the earth school is not a controlled environment, and the good energies are not the only energies that exist here. And souls don't come here to exist in a controlled environment. So you know that you can kind of get involved with those energies, or that they're going to come at you sideways. That's why certain souls come here, because the way to navigate it is just to be so firm in yourself. It doesn't matter what energies are coming if you're going to be integral, about yourself. Then you're not going to get sucked into whatever game there is. That's the value of learning lessons here, right? And so even though this person has gone through a hard learning, and there is a lot of trauma and chaos and ego death and strategy, and because I think that's one thing, they're illuminated that this person that they thought was so lighthearted and so frivolous and so carefree and so easygoing was actually very manipulated, very calculated, very cunning. The whole time they're on a whole other level. And I think they put this person somehow on equal footing as you. They thought they had similar traits to you. Lol. They may have a similar expression, but what's behind it with you is a pure, genuine heart, a depth, an intelligence, a healthy strategy that never tries to harm people for the sake of it. And underneath this other person is just it's a very cunning creature. And I think this person thought that they got to control things in this scenario. They're not giving other people their credence for their own power here. Tasha, thank you so much for the super chat. Aww. Yeah, so there's a lot of regrets. Family, I knew it. This person regrets, they regret not loving themselves enough too. They regret saying goodbye. Yeah, because this person, this is a person who, I know that we don't talk about this as a society, especially with men, but if he's out there sleeping around, he is putting himself at risk of blowing up a potential future for him, of having the kind of future that he wants, the kind of stability in his life that he wants, building family in a healthy, conscious way, whatever that, looks like for him. And just leaving it up to random chance and whoever wants to snag you, but also there's risk of disease, and there's just also sharing your energy, your energy. I know men like to think that they're not emotional and that they're not energetic beings and that they're the ones that, no, this is a person who was taken from here. And it's because ultimately they didn't respect themselves enough, and it blocked them off from you. And now they feel like shiz. And they were under an immense amount of pressure here, I think, to express their feelings. They needed to talk to you real sweet, but then they got sucked into the frivolous side of this. And we've got, I'm going to cover up this word here, but reckless love. It says schmegs at the bottom of that. They got sucked down the wrong pathway here because they didn't want to deal with these energies in an upright, conscious manner. And they really do regret that. Yeah, they regret family. They regret saying goodbye to their family. For those of you who have a family with this person, they just ran off and blew it up here. Yeah, schmegs addiction. And they could have built with a boss. And now all they have of you is memories. or like was a photo of you and me. So like this person, maybe it's like in their mind, like, oh my gosh, this is so painful. And again, this is taboo, but I'm going to say it. For some of you, it's like when this person looks at their child, they wish that their child had your features, but instead their child may have like some kind of prominent feature of this other parent that they blew up your family for. And it really hurts them. Like it really actually sticks out to them. It's not that they don't love their child. It's just they wish they look at their child and they're like, I wish that they had your eyes, or I wish they had your hair, or I wish, because they love you and that's what they wanted, and they just kind of picture in their mind. I'm seeing in my mind that movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and Kate Hudson, like when her character is like trying to scare him away and everything, and she makes that baby book. She makes that baby book with their pretend family. I called your mom and I got some of your baby photos and I ran it through the computer and here's what our kids would look like. And he's like, oh my God. Like, I feel like this person does that in their mind though, like with you, not in a creepy way, but yeah, this person's really going through it. And I feel like it might be very lonely and very isolating here because it's like there's nobody to talk to about this because it is so taboo to kind of admit like, well, yeah, I kind of actually do regret. It's not that I regret my children. Of course, I love my children, but I do regret the way that I had them. I regret who I had them with. I wish I would have been much more conscious. I wish I would have known who I was messing around with here. I wish I would have taken my schmegdual energy in my body and who I'm sharing my time and my energy with. I wish I had the self-respect and like the decency to not be just throwing it around out here, because my life would have been so different. That's what I'm hearing. I could have gone down a completely different path in my life. And I feel like this person also would have been on better, like financial footing. And it could be, again, because maybe this is a divorce and now there's like splitting up of assets and maybe they did work very hard. So again, the saboteur, all for what? For something that really didn't mean much to them. Like whatever this is, it really didn't. It was a very frivolous kind of thing. And they're really paying for it. And I do think this is like financially that there's like, yeah, in their pockets. I feel like this person is maybe having to pay out a lot of money in child support, maybe in two different situations, because they could have kids over here. They could have a kid over here. Or again, like maybe they wanted to build with you, but now this person has a significant portion of their check going over to support this other family dynamic. And they don't have anything left over to like give you or to build with you. So yeah, this is tough. This was tough. Schmegdual, my business, turn into a boy. Yes. There's a real numbing out here, but it's a numbing out. And, people might, this is a person who has vices. This is a person who has secrets. They have, and this could have been a dirty little secret in their closet. Something could have come out about this. It could have been illuminated. That could have been what put you at a distance here. But I don't feel the world looks at them that way because I think they themselves put on this frivolous, like happy-go-lucky kind of vibe. But they, and I think they maybe noticed this in you, but you have a depth to you. Yours isn't a mask. Yours is not at the expense of being a real full person and dealing with tumultuous emotions and all of that. Like you are genuinely healthy and well-rounded and it's authentic in you. Whereas I think this person wears this mask of like, I don't care. I'm frivolous. I'm down like for anything, but really they're actually a much deeper person than this. I feel like this person found themselves in a family and in a life that is much shallower and just built on the wrong things. And because this person is a person of value, they do have principles. And I do think they have like family values or like traditional values in some sense of like being stable and being disciplined and being noble and building their family in a conscious way, or at the very least, like just building their life in a conscious way, and not just getting dragged in by like whoever has decided they're going to hook your energy. And I think this person tries to act like they're okay with it. They put on the little show here, like whatever this is. Oh my gosh, I just noticed like the Om in the middle of womb. So again, spiritual. They regret, like this is a spiritual awakening. I think they regret that they had to go. They feel like they could have had their spiritual awakening with you because I think they see you as a spiritual person. I mean, obviously you're here like at this tarot reading and you have an interest in spiritual things, I'm sure. And it's like, well, maybe I could have been able to like have a spiritual awakening, but just by listening to this person's spiritual awakening or their story, or being in a spiritual marriage here, like with this person, certainly would have led to my own spiritual insight and and I wish I would have done that. And also they feel like they would have had support for their, we've all been through a dark night of the soul. We've all had like spiritual, like it can be very tumultuous. You can feel very alone. And there's a lot of chaos energy here. And they're like, well, at least we could have gone through it together. I would have had support. And they are right. There's benefits, there's perks for going down the positive like way and not hurting people and there's betrayal energy here. Not betraying your feelings, not betraying somebody's trust, not being sneaky and underhand, and not partnering up with people who want to take, and definitely not giving them a grenade that they can throw at somebody here that you love involving you and your most intimate parts. Yeah. Okay. Anything else here that this person regrets? Oh, workplace affair and bumping heads. So this could have been a workplace affair that caused fighting here. It put you at a distance. It caused problems between the two of you. Yeah, this person regrets being selfish, stubborn, their pride and their ego, and it caused you to turn your back. This person regrets all of this. But it is leading to faith healing and meditation. I feel like this could have been the impetus that maybe started you on your spiritual journey. You could have felt secluded. You could have felt cast out here in this situation, isolated, alone. It's like you didn't have a choice. I feel like this person was trying to be like, this is flashing me to the where there was a reading where it's like two karmic people used each other. It was a masculine and feminine energy. And he was using a karmic feminine to throw at his divine feminine to be like, see how when I say jump, she says how high? It's pride, arrogant, it's ego. And I think you had to seclude yourself from this. And again, I don't think this person expected you to do that. And then this is because they misread your energy. They thought of you, they had a much more superficial understanding of you than they should have. Because for some of you, you were full blown married to this person. And there's just no excuse for them to have a superficial view of you, but they should have also been building a relationship with you, hanging out with you, because it's an insult. It's an insult to you, but this person doesn't see it that way, that this person spends their time with this other person, that they're getting to know this other person, that they're in communication and conversation here with this other person, that they're taking this person to go maybe on a full-blown date or even just to grab a chicken sandwich from the corner store gas station. That is an insult to you. This person needs to be getting to know you. They want to get to know you. Why are they going about it in this weird, strategic, underhand, maneuvering, roundabout kind of way? I think this is a man for a lot of you. And so there's masculine tests here about being total and being direct and being forthcoming and being overt in your actions in a healthy way, learning how to do that in a very balanced way. But it's too late. This person, I think, sees that now. They see the error of their ways and they see everybody's true colors in this situation. Their own true colors. They feel like you see their true colors for sure. Look, this is the same coloring as like this card here. They see the true colors of this situation. They're illuminated about who everybody is in this situation, including themselves. And I do think they lose sleep over this. They're worried. They replay all of these events, which is good because they need to process and debrief and understand. They really need to see the truth of this because they didn't when they were going through it. So they can't just skip over this. They do have to take some ownership and accountability, but it's going to lead to self-love. That's how they're going to mirror your energy. And boom, now we've got divine masculine energy. So it is actually stepping them up into their divine masculine energy, but there is a crazy person here. There's like a crazy ex that did some kind of witchery on them. If it's, for some, this person's involved in craft. Take that only if it resonates. If it's not craft, it's manipulation. That's kind of the way that I look at that energy. And they know that it's too late to go back and fix things. This person may be facing some kind of divorce. That could be with you, again, because they like stepped out on your marriage. But this also could be facing a divorce here. They're illuminated about who this other person is. And I'm sorry, I don't give a shit what you got going on over here. No self-respecting person would stay in a relationship with this kind of a hideous beast. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what it's. If you have self-respect, if you have self-love, you do not stay with a person who can manipulate to this degree, who had it in mind to trap and manipulate and strategize around you. They don't view you as a full person. They don't. They disrespect your energy and they're just out to get whatever it is that they want. As soon as they want something different, they'll throw you over for the next workplace affair. And that literally could be what's going on here in this situation. You lose them how you get them, I'm hearing. And honestly, you've got a very low vibrational person here. And of course, if you're going to tell me, yeah, my life is chaotic and it's really gone downhill since I have been attached here to this karmic partner. Of course, this is games and strategy. You have to leave. So for some, it's like this person is gearing up for some kind of divorce here. But they might not have the best standing because it's too late. They realized who this person was too late. Like I always think they knew that this person wasn't the love of their life and that they were just kind of saddled with this person. I think they always knew that, but I don't think they understand really the depth of the monster that they're dealing with. They will though, because again, there's something here. This is part of the karma playing out and this person can't run from this. They need to face shit head on. I think this person's a bit of a little touch of the cowardice. But I feel like when your relationship broke down, this person saw you for what you are. They understood the depth of your energy. They understood the depth of your value. And they understood Scorpio rules over assets after marriage. And those assets could be monetary, but you're the builder. So it's like they understood that you could build assets together. They understood like the fullness of your worth and value. And they kind of think to themselves like, dang, I really had it all going on like this. If you were already married to this person, like I really did have everything with this person. And that just for some reason wasn't enough for me because of my inner emotional state. Because I'm a king baby and I like cannot deal with my own inner state. So instead I blew up the perfect situation. And so for some of you, it's that. But for others of you, when you left, did you see that when you left? This person got to know you and it deepened their love and respect. They're going to have the opposite experience here with this karmic. I don't know. It's known, like divorcing a narcissist is hell. He can't not do it, or she can't not do it. It's just not a possibility here. They're in a fight for their freedom. I think they're in a fight for their soul. They're in a fight for their energetic vibration. They're in a fight for their peace and their sanctity. And they can't put that over like money. Something is going to happen here. Something's going to happen here karmically. This is going to get addressed. They're going to see this side of this other person when they have to divorce or leave this person. It's going to be the complete opposite experience. This person will be strategic. They will play power games. There may be a workplace affair that comes out here. That either was like before these two got together, and maybe like there was a pregnancy here. There was some kind of like family that this person said goodbye to. Maybe this person, if this is a man, this karmic partner, maybe he walked out on kids in a family already. Or it's like they got pregnant. Like if this is a female, it's like she could have got pregnant with somebody else, but they decided together that they didn't want to follow through on that family because they didn't want to make that kind of commitment. But then she didn't give this masculine a chance to because she was trying to trap him. There could be these kind of things that come out here. And it's really going to be illuminated in maybe some kind of legal proceeding. Yeah. I really feel like there's some kind of track going on here. But you, dealing with this experience really could have put you on your spiritual path in a very ungraceful and uncalled for way, because this did not need to happen. This is what I'm saying. There's always a misunderstanding. Spirit is really trying to clarify this here recently. There's a misunderstanding of like, well, Spirit, why did I have to go through things? You give Spirit way too much credit for every single thing that goes on in your life, because you have free will here. And like I said, the Earth School is not a controlled environment. So we come here because there's the positive energies. That's the energies of your guides. You kind of make this plan. You know what it is that you want to work on, and you've identified the Earth School here and the conditions here as being the best place for you to learn it. And part of the conditions here is you come in with spiritual amnesia, you forget you're an eternal being, and you deal with certain limitations, the limitations of being in a physical body, and whatever social, financial, familial, restrictions you have decided that you are going to come in with in order to create the settings for you to focus on what you need to focus on in order to learn what it is you're kind of trying to grapple with as an eternal being, right? This is just a little blip in your kind of experience, right? But they're saying this did not need to happen. Like this masculine did not need to cause all this drama. He really didn't. He could have had a spiritual awakening with you. You guys could have had a spiritual marriage. This could have been hunky-dory fine. Instead, it went down like this. But Spirit's saying we don't waste anything here. So again, I think this could have induced a spiritual awakening here for you because of some kind of seclusion. You could have had to seclude yourself from this in order to protect yourself, or just his, if you weren't like already married with this person, they could have gotten somebody else pregnant here and then went off here with this person, left you alone. And in that seclusion, separation reflecting soul searching, you were left alone to like soul search, and it maybe left you wide open to predators. I just heard that. Because this person not being around, it's going to kind of maybe leave you open to spiritual or some kind of other like attack energy. Chaos. So chaos could have ensued in your life. Ego death. Whatever chaos erupted in your life could have led you to question like, who am I? What do I want? What is life? What's important here? And you could have felt on a downward spiral to a spiritual awakening. I feel like that's what happened here. So you were secluded somehow, like from the path you were supposed to be on, or from this person or whatever. And it did create karma. And it put you on a spiritual path. And now this person's kind of having to go through similar things here. Faith, healing, meditation, praying. And I'm hearing that song, Kesha. I hope you're somewhere praying. I think maybe you felt that way toward this masculine. Like, listen, ridiculous. Like everything ridiculous. I'm hearing things like you should feel ashamed. This is ridiculous. And your weakness or your ability to be a man, and I mean that in the masculine energy, to like be direct, to be total, it caused everyone here crazy havoc. There's potentially a whole other being who now exists because of your weakness, and they grow up in whatever conditions they're growing up in. Thank you very much. I'm saying that because I feel like that kind of happened to me. Am I mad? Yes. So like I'm talking about when I was a kid. Like I wish shit could have been different for me as a kid, and I do have like an anger at like something in my past. But anyways, and you had to deal with your trauma, and then this other person got roped into a situation in a prinkly, right in the middle of a partnership in a soul group that they shouldn't be involved in. And they should have gotten very clear messaging from this masculine, no, and I don't feel that way about you. So, and I recognize that you're a person and you're a mind and a body and a spirit and everything, and I'm not going to drag you through the mud here just for a little frivolous something, just so I can try to get back at this person. It's just beneath me to do that. So everybody else is, I think, originally in this original situation, experienced the explosion of his weakness. Like a lot of other people bore the brunt of the repercussions of this masculine's weakness, now he is doing it. But this was longer term. I'm hearing poisoned fruit. As you sow, shall you reap. And this may have to do with the child here who doesn't honestly think. I'm hearing parental alienation. This child could have been poisoned here against this father because they don't have, or if this is a mother even, they don't have the proper parent like that they're supposed to have had kids with. And this is a karmic, and there's some kind of, I don't know. So this child may not really even like this parent because they're not in a healthy partnership. This child could have, I don't know. I feel like there is a lot of karmic repercussions, but this is like, as you sow, so shall you reap. And especially if this is a man, because men are the keepers of the seed. And so as that seed grows into something here, now it's his repercussions, and it's very well rooted, whatever this is. And he's going to have to approach this. Yeah. And I think he does regret this. I think he is maybe praying for some kind of deliverance, and spirit saying, this is the way to deliver you, dude. Like, you have to go through the hardship of what you have sown. And there's no getting around the fact that this masculine has reaped his own repercussions here. I think he could have tried to, like, I don't know, again, gloss over something here with some kind of like light. Oh, well, it's not so bad. I'm just going to make the most of this. No, there's some real bad shit going on beneath the surface. Bat shit. Somebody here could be bat shit. Maybe he is. Maybe the situation is driving him crazy. I don't know. But it's the scorpionic energy. He has to stop being so shallow and superficial. He has to look beneath the surface of his life, of himself first and foremost. And then he'll start doing it in other people. And it's going to lead to this clarity. And he's going to have this moment of epiphany where he's like, I literally cannot believe I did not see this before. But he didn't, because he was running from his own scorpionic stuff, trauma, deep emotions, monetary things. It is leading to illumination, though. It's just that he's chosen the path of unconsciousness first. He's chosen that really difficult tower moment style of awakening. But like I said, the positive forces here, because it's like even if you get wrapped up in negative forces, again, those aren't the only forces that exist here. It's still positive. They're going to make the best out of a bad situation, and the light can always try to reach out to you again, and it will get through here. So yeah. This person's effed up over you. And I think they see you standing in your power here. And potentially they're going to see you move on with somebody else, and watch somebody else give you everything that they wanted to give you the life, have the life that they wanted to have. They're going to watch somebody create a safe perimeter around you. They're going to watch somebody create a happy life with you, a vibrant, healthy, happy connection, safe home environment, going on vacations, even taking care of his own children, maybe that like he has with you. Just outdoing him in every way and having the life that he wanted to have with you. Feelings. Yeah. But so your feelings are going to grow between yourself and this person. I do feel like if you're not already with somebody, because some of you, this person's like maybe coming in like very soon. This person has their feelings for you. This person's not going to be shy. This person's going to buy you flowers. This person's going to tell you how much you mean to them. This person's going to, and when you're around this person, you grow in your queen bee energy. Like, you grow in your confidence. This is not a person who's trying to throw darts at you and trying to weaken you and make you feel insecure in order to control you and in order to like make themselves feel like the emperor, but because they have to. No, this person coming in for you loves when you're strong, and they are going to like make you feel strong, and they're going to you're going to grow in your confidence, maybe even money too, because look, she's a queen and she has like the crown on and that nice dress, and it looks like there's like really intricate like beading. All of this looks very expensive. Perfumes, jewelry, like you literally might be just like draped in diamonds. I don't know. But yeah, you're going to grow like in your femininity and in your power, and it's you're going to have everything you want over here. And I feel like it's part of his karma to watch that while he's got to clean up the mess he made. And finally, because it was just everybody else's mess before, and it really wasn't fair, and you probably felt that way. Like, how is it that you get to be weak in every possible way? You get to mess up, and I'm the one that has to take the hit to the heart space? Excuse me, who created the rules here? But no, it's just taking a while, because the karma that's going to hit him back is going to be very well ripened. You know what I'm saying? It's going to grow legs. It's got to grow roots. It's got to grow legs, because I'm just hearing this. Men are the keepers of the seed. So a seed grows into something. That's part of his karmic lesson. It has to be. That seed is going to grow into something. That's going to take time, and it's going to suck for him. And that is what's going to take for him to finally be illuminated about why he can't just be superficial. Yeah. So that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 1. That was a real trip. You literally, after dealing with this man, I'm gonna get in my own queen bee energy after that. Sorry. That was perfect. My husband just did something to me. Okay. What's tough is I still see people with his face and I'm attracted. Oh, like I still find him so beautiful. You look beautiful in that shade of green. Thank you. This wasn't fun. Oh my gosh. Cyclops Society. Oh, wow. Okay. Moving on. Let me get my water. I need a little drinky drink. Okay. Compassion. I also just want to remind you, this is another thing that like, I just noticed in the spiritual community, like this whole like compassionate energy, right? It doesn't mean that you're stupid and that you just ignore things that are obvious or that you don't call certain things out. I know for me, I'm just speaking from experience. Like I have always been on like very spiritual. Like I've always just loved God. I grew up in the Christian church. If I know that we're getting off topic here, but don't join a live stream if you don't want to just like chill. Like we'll get to pile number 2 here in a second. But I've always like really, really loved God. Like I can remember even like as a little baby, just kind of being enamored with Jesus, like in a really positive way. I just thought that he was like really cool. I really wanted to be like exactly like him. But I know for me, I just thought that what was expected of me is to file my teeth down and to be a doormat and to just never bring up anything uncomfortable. But my life has taught me over the long term that you really contribute to a lot of gnarly, nasty energies when you do not call out bullshit directly. And so it doesn't mean that, like more saying compassion. Compassion is not the same thing as codependent. Compassion is not the same thing as ostriching and like burying your head in the sand. It's not the same thing as that. And we can call things out for exactly what they are and hold space for that and just be like, this is exactly what you are. This is exactly what you did. It is unfortunate. People were hurt. And that's something you need to work out for yourself. But we can still have space and compassion. And also it's not your job when you are harmed by somebody, and it doesn't mean that you lack compassion if you are like, yeah, this is, I forgive you and stuff, but like you need to clean this up. Okay, you do have things that you need to re-earn my trust. And I'm not saying that to try to hold any kind of power or control or manipulation. It's just self-respect. And also, you have shown yourself to be untrustworthy. You have shown yourself to be superficial. You have shown yourself to be somebody who does this kind of shit. And I don't want it in my life. I don't want it directed at me or anybody I love. I don't want the shrapnel flying around and hitting me. And that makes me sane. And it makes me smart. It makes me observant. It makes me reasonable. And you will be all of those things if you want to get into my space. You will be able of holding the same space that I am able if you want to get into my space. And it does not make me a bad person. And it does not make me unempathetic for me to just insist that does not go on around me. To me, like that's the difference between a super empath, like if you've heard these terms floating around, a super empath and an empath. An empath, honestly, kind of, they're empathetic. They intuit other people's feelings. A lot of times they feel people's feelings as their own. They're sensitive to that, but they haven't learned yet how to put up their own boundaries and barriers. Instead, they just get swept around by it. And it's important for you. I feel like this is an important message. It's important for you to detangle that because I know for me, it's like if somebody else was sad, I was so tapped into their energy and I didn't have enough of like a self-identity and like enough boundaries there because I was taught as a woman that my job was to just always be a caretaker or to define myself in relation to someone else, to be a prop, to be a support for like somebody else who is like main character energy. And so I would feel their negative energy and I'd be like, oh, we have to fix this so that I can stop being in pain. No, that's your mess. I have my own life that I'm trying to live here. Boundary is up. It's actually the greatest kindness for you to learn that you can figure this out on your own, right? So I just want to remind you, like, you can have compassion and you can have empathy that somebody's going through what they're going through, but this person did reap what they sow. And they're on their path. They chose their path. This person needs to grow in certain areas. And if you interfere with their lessons, you are actually harming them. Just like that butterfly, if you poke the cocoon, the wings don't grow and then it dies. You don't want this person to wither on the vine. They are capable. They are strong. They need to deal with their shiz. And then when they have dealt with their shiz, they can come back and they can start to make amends. And they can start to show you that they're not a fucking terror. Okay.
Your boundaries aren't about them. They're about you.
Your boundaries aren't about them. They're about you. So true. So true. Lay down with the dogs and get up with fleas. Exactly. Ayushi says, honestly, I started hating God because of the challenges, but he wants me to see like a literal warrior queen standing strong for others. I will do it and I will love him God. I've gone through phases like where I hate God too. And I'm like, this is honestly so stupid. And I can tell you I'm completely disillusioned with like earth and life here. I know like we're kind of fed a lot of fairy tales and fantasies like, oh, isn't life here like so beautiful? And like it is in certain moments when the wind blows just right. But it's brief, and then it kind of, you're always dealing with some kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like this is kind of, it's tough here. And I don't think we should overlook that because we want to be positive. I want to be truthful, okay? When the situation calls for me to be positive, I'll be positive. But not to be positive is just feeding into some kind of delusion.
Texturism. I hate it here.
I hate it here too. It's the ghetto. This is like the ghetto of the universe. Have you heard that? Like the aliens drive by here and they're like, that's Earth. Like roll up your windows like the door. Oh, I can't wait to finish my time here on Earth. I am so motivated to like figure this out, to learn the lessons here, and to like kind of like be free of this space. And I don't want to run from the situation, but also I just feel like our society does tell us a lot of like delusions and stuff to get us to buy into like the systems and to be productive members. And I do. I like to contribute. I'm a person. I like to contribute. I feel fulfilled. I'm like a German shepherd. I like a job. I like, knowing my place and carrying the water bottles when we go on the hike. I like that, but it just, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. And if you feel like it's a lot, you're not the only one. And anyways, we're just going to leave that there. Let's move on to pile number 2. I know in my heart this is my last life here. Laser comments. Yo. Alex is a good one. He really is. Okay, let's move on to pile number 2. What are we doing? Oh, they're regrets. Where are we? What time is it? Who am I? My name is Jess. Okay, and go. All right, pile number 2. This is interesting. What does this person regret? Okay, dang. There's a misunderstanding here in this pile. This person regrets not being soft, like leading with some kind of vulnerability. They may have something of yours that they regret hanging on to. They could have this is so specific. This is not going to be for everybody. For some of you, it's like this person withheld something that they knew you wanted, or like they literally have a physical object of yours and they were holding on to it to try to play some kind of game with you. Yeah, there's some kind of like strategy going on here. Okay, so I'm getting like a really crazy image for this one. There was a misunderstanding. Okay, I just have to tell you this metaphor. There's no other way. Okay, so I'm seeing a killer whale. And, whenever I think about killer whales, I know they're like pod animals, right? They're whales. They're not actually whales. They're dolphins. They're like part of the dolphin, but still it's like that pod energy. But to me, they're very independent and they're very free and they're very, very intelligent. But they're like, no offense, but like they're demented dolphins kind of. Like there's more... They do kind of weird stuff. They play with their food. They like to toss the seals around. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm picturing this killer whale, okay? And it's like freedom and it needs like a lot of space and everything. And I'm picturing this killer whale swim in to some kind of, I don't know, captivity. This is like a training pool. And so it's like a training arena. So it's very enclosed and it's small. And this killer whale has done this. This is spiritual. So this person who is kind of, this pile number 2 person, their animal totem to me is coming up as a killer whale. So if you want to look into that or if that means something to you. But they come into this captivity. Now, killer whales do not like captivity and they don't belong in captivity for certain. Animals don't in general, in my opinion, but like definitely not a killer whale. They really do not like do well. It's kind of, they don't like to be like controlled or anything like that. And they're massive, massive animals. And they're killing machines. They can take down like huge prey and everything. That's neither here nor there. So they're swimming into this like captivity. And then I'm seeing you and you're like the person and you're like the trainer here, like for this killer whale, because there's something here that this person, this killer whale totem wants to learn from you. And you are like the trainer energy here. But the learning can only occur. Really these two energies can really only meet in a productive way in terms of like this captivity, in terms of this very controlled setting. Okay. But the killer whale doesn't really like that. But it needs to understand that like there's something here that goes on here. I feel like there's been a bit of a spiritual lesson unfolding here between you and them. And so you're a person in this. Now, if you've ever seen like a killer whale next to a person, like the size difference is like comical, right? And there's something here about like, okay, if you were an alien and you came to Earth And if I were to be like, okay, so which animal here on earth is the apex predator? And I showed you a picture of like a human being and a lion. You would probably, if you didn't know anything else, you would probably say it was the lion, right? Because the thing that makes human beings apex predators, the thing that makes us top dog here is unseen. Okay? It's mercurial energy. It's our brains. It's our ability to craft language. It's our ability to craft tools. Other animals can craft tools, but they're not doing surgeries. They're not building rockets, right? Like it's unmatched the way that we can create a tool here for any environment. We also create governments and systems. These are etheric things. They don't like have a physical expression, but these are things that we use to kind of control our environment. So I'm hearing there are forces that you cannot see or comprehend. Killer whale. This is the spirit trying to show this to this person. This is what they've come here to learn from you in whatever interaction you've had, that you cannot see, that you cannot become aware of. Now I see this confusing, this killer whale, because I see like you're in there and you're the trainer and you know so much in this situation. Now this killer whale energy doesn't know that, right? Because the killer whale cannot fathom governments. It can't fathom universities. It cannot fathom all of that stuff, right? But here you are, maybe you've gone to some sort of college to be a killer whale trainer. And so you've seen diagrams of killer whales. You know where all their organs are. You know what their favorite foods are, where their habitats are. You know everything about them. But this killer whale doesn't understand that. The killer whale can really only understand the dynamics here in this situation. And it does have to do with power dynamics. And it has to do something here with like physicality and just what the killer whale here can see. So even though there's an incredible intelligence with killer whales, they're so incredibly intelligent. There's a type of intelligence here that this killer whale just simply does not have, like that you do as this person, which is basically why they're drawn in here to this, like this moment in time, this captivity, this training ground to begin with. This why they're interacting with your energy to begin with, and they're not to squander this energy. But I feel like they did. There's also something here about like, they say like scuba divers and stuff. So when you go in there, I think even if you're not wearing scuba gear, which is like all black and you've got freaking flippers on, like sharks and things like that, they can mistake humans for seals sometimes, which is like their natural prey animal. You're not their natural prey animal. You actually exist in an entirely different habitat. And I'm taking this to be soul group. You're in an elevated soul group here. This person's not really interacted with something that looks like you. So it's almost like at first kind of putting you into a category that you don't necessarily go into, one that they would eat. And it's not evil that they would eat that because it's part of like some kind of natural order here. There's something that's kind of like hanging in the balance between the two. So anyways, you're going through like whatever your training spiel is. You know how to train this you know what you're trying to convey, and you know the method in which that you're trying to do it. But it's probably some version that looks like control. But it's not control for control's sake. It's control because you're a human and it's a whale. And it doesn't speak English or French or Japanese or whatever language you speak. So the way that I'm going to communicate with you has to be something that an animal understands. Very simple yeses and nos. It has to be fish means yes. Fish means good, right? And so you're doing these things, and this animal can really only understand the power dynamics and understand the control dynamics. And it thinks you're doing that in order to control things. And it kind of doesn't like the dynamic going on here. But it doesn't understand that it's a language thing for you. You're not trying to control it. You're trying to talk to it. You're trying to let it know what you're trying to teach it. And you've got those systems that you're kind of like learning. And because no human being on the planet in their right mind is going to get into a freaking pool with a killer whale and be like, this is totally fine. And I'm completely unaware of this animal's power and the fact that it could hurt me in a split second if it wanted to. Literally, no human being needs that lesson taught to them, right? But this killer whale doesn't know that. It just knows that you seem pretty sure of yourself, right? Like that's kind of what I'm seeing from this killer whale energy. And it's bigger than you in some capacity, some kind of physical capacity. This could be financially, this could be their social status, this could be their physical size. For some of these, this is a man-woman dynamic thing. Take that however it resonates. And I'm hearing pipsqueak. It's like, this is such a small, vulnerable creature. Like, it's almost like that's all this animal in its animal brain. This is very Sagittarius, right? The beast becoming man. And I feel like that's part of the lessons that you're teaching. It's like, look, these other lessons that are etheric about this is what a government is, this is what a system is. These are all things, right? Because in that arena, this killer whale can't fathom all of the things that are controlling it because it can't see them. It can't understand that he's in captivity, and if they don't want to feed him, that's a control that people have. He doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand supply chains, he doesn't understand laws that govern if people can even keep orcas in captivity. He can't understand all of these things that actually have great bearing on his life. This is what you're here to teach him. So it could be something etheric. Some of you could be artists. I'm hearing like the power of a song, like you're wordsmiths, and that seems frivolous. And if I'm seeing that fish, like, just give me the fish, just feed me the song. I just like the media. You know, they don't understand how tapped in you are, the skill. It actually took you a long time to write that song or that play or whatever. It's just like, feed me more, right? But there's a power if you can convey feelings and emotions in words, you know, to elicit something. There's a power in that. Some of you, it's like you could be a psychologist, so you understand like the things of the mind. Spiritualists, right? Emotions and things. These are things that have bearing on our life. So this is the spiritual lesson that's unfolding, and this is what the energetic forces are like, bringing the two of you together. And this killer whale is supposed to be learning this higher level of consciousness. Your strength cannot be seen by its eyes, but you are the apex predator in the room. I mean, in that exact moment, if that killer whale is going to snap, it's the apex predator. It's the one that has the most power. But overall, I'm sure there is a tool out there somewhere that if you wanted to eat a tuna sandwich and sit in a lunchroom and press a button, it would use some kind of weird sonar to either torture that whale or kill its entire family. You don't even have to make contact with it. That's what I'm talking about. You are the power, you're the strength. You're just not interested in that, because if you were, it would be dead, right? So like, they don't understand that. They don't understand like the dynamics of what's going on. They don't understand the nuance, the intricacies. They need to learn how to see your strength. That's the spiritual lesson. They need to learn, oh, this is actually very valuable. Now I'm paying attention. Now I'm engaged. Now I want to learn this. I see the value in it. And also it's protector energy, because I'm there's some sort of like maybe masculinity test. I tap that energy a lot. Some kind of masculinity lesson or masculinity test here. And like tribal cultures, they used to, there's that coming of age, usually like rite of passage for a lot of men, because they just get that little man shit right out of the way early on. You don't need to walk around here trying to prove your manhood. You've already done it when you dunked your entire head into the vat of fire ants that we collected over the entire year, whatever, you know? And so they learn, yes, I can do it, but they also learn the value of society. Yes, I can go live in the forest alone and kill a bear, but it's not really the best way to live. I actually value society. And society always comes with women, right? And it's conversation. It's nice to have a conversation at the fire at the end of the day. It's nice that I don't have to eat my meat raw like a hyena. There's marinades over here. And, you know, when I drink my water, sometimes she puts a little fruit in it, you know, with a little mint sprig. That's nice. So it flips that masculine energy that exists in all of us from being a menace and being a predator to being a protector. Because I'm seeing like a one scuba diver and her 7 best friends are all killer whales. Nobody's going to mess with her. So there's some kind of divinity of like, listen, do you understand the importance of this person? There's a power here. There's an importance, and you will be protecting this individual. There's something here about that going on here as well. But like I said, this killer whale energy needs to see your strength, and it's a strength that can't be seen and recognized. But I'm seeing you go through like your training thing. And all this killer whale can really think is like, what a small, vulnerable creature. I'm hearing the word like pipsqueak. And that predatory, animalistic nature, it's thinking like, I could really just, all I would have to do is like this and a little bit of that. And now I have the power now. And see, I'm the trainer now. See, I'm training you about killer whale shit. So see how there's an intelligence. See, 2 can play at that game. Now I'm the teacher. Now I'm teaching you, except for it's misguided, because you can learn about killer whales. It's nice that there's a mutual learning going on. The best way for you to learn about killer whales that this killer whale cannot comprehend is you have the freaking internet. So it's like at a distance. We've got scientists that have specific ways. Again, you can learn everything you need to know, and it can inspire you, and you can learn those certain things. I'm going to be learning about killer whales from a distance. You do you. But yeah. So it doesn't understand that. It's like, oh, I'm teaching you about killer whales. No. The killer whale, though, doesn't have the internet. If it wants to learn from a human, it needs to be in close quarters, and it needs to be under these controlled conditions, because this killer whale will not learn from the human. It can't learn what the human's trying to teach it in any other way. You can. You have a different option. So this is just cruelty. It's just animal behavior. But the killer whale doesn't get it. And I'm actually seeing this. You might remember this. There's been a couple like major killer whale accidents like with their trainers. Remember that girl that got snatched up by the ponytail and the killer whale dragged her to the bottom? I don't know if she made it out of that or not. But it was like horrible. I think that's the one that like really pushed the legislation over. But there was another incident, and that's the one I'm kind of picturing. It was with a male trainer, and he was in there. He was working. He was training with that whale, and the whale grabbed him, but it grabbed him in a specific way, because if it wanted to hurt him, it could have. But it showed the intelligence, right? It grabbed him in a certain way. It held him under the water for like a minute or two. It knew what it was doing. It knew that he couldn't breathe underwater, but it knew that it didn't want to keep him under the water. And then he surfaced. And then the trainer was like trying to calm him down, right? And then it did it again. It like put him under the water for like a couple minutes. And then he finally got away and he booked it out of the pool. And I remember like some kind of commentary, somebody was like, that whale, that wasn't a threat because he would have killed him and it wouldn't have taken much. That was a message. So this killer whale individual did something that actually did take some intelligence, and they weren't actually, from their mind, it didn't seem like a big deal. And it didn't seem like they were trying to hurt you because this person kind of knew that they were capable of so much more than what they did. And they did kind of read you, and they did kind of read what they wanted to happen, and they wanted to send you a message. They wanted to flip the dynamic here somehow between the two of you. And that's what they regret because they didn't read the situation, right? But so they were trying to flip the dynamic of like, see, I let you do this. You need to know how formidable I am, that I could do this, and I could just take you down. You knew that from the beginning. You're here to help this person, this whale, right? Because if you didn't, you'd push a button, eat your tuna sandwich, and him and all of his family would be gone. Such is the power and the forethought. You're just not interested in that. You are trying to teach it something in this dynamic, in this scenario, right? So when you got out of the pool, I'm hearing favorite. You were the favorite trainer here of this whale individual. So I think, again, this is like on a spiritual level. They love incarnating with you. They like the way you explain things. They like when you interact with them. But you booked it out of that pool. And you have to, because you are in danger. You always know that you're in danger. And as soon as like certain signs start happening, you've got to book it out of there because you do know that you're engaging with a being that's bigger than you. This, honestly, for some of you is like man-woman dynamics. Like you are at risk, you are at danger being alone with a grown adult man because it's not that all of them are crazy or even close to it, but enough of them are that you have to be strategic. You have to know what signs of aggression are. And every woman walks around with that. And honestly, a lot of men walk around with that too, because truth be told, nobody knows how dangerous men are and what they're capable of better than a man. And they want to act like certain things, but like when they get you alone, they're like, no, seriously. Like it's right. They know how dangerous men are. So there's something here potentially that's related to that because you're smaller physically, and because society doesn't take you seriously. Your voice doesn't carry as much weight in our society. And if you use your strong voice as a woman, that's a trigger for a lot of people. They're like, oh, this bitch. When really, maybe you're just matter of fact or very smart. There's a capability here with this person. But you booked it out of this pool, and I can feel this whale didn't really want that to happen. This whale was like, why is it different when I do it? Well, it is different when you do it, isn't it? Because you're 1,000 tons or however big a whale is. You're the size of a boat. So the dynamics are different. And what you need to learn from me, from the human, it's like fine motor skills, right? That's what we have. It's nuance. It's like fine motor skills. It's the light touch here. It's something very skillful, but very light. This is broad brushstrokes. This is meathead energy. And they don't understand what happened. But you were their like favorite trainer, and then you booked it out of the pool. And not only that, but I'm seeing like the ambulance and the sirens, like you needed some kind of like first aid. Like this could have rattled you. This could have left you like traumatized. But it's because of the difference of you. It's because to this person, they were like, well, I didn't mean to hurt him. I just meant to send him a little message. And you're like, yeah, I know that you could have hurt me, but this actually did hurt me. And potentially it like traumatized you and you're like hanging up your flippers. Some of you could have like left a job, or you're leaving a career field. You're like, I never want to do that again. I'm hearing leadership. Maybe it's like, I thought I wanted to be a leader. I thought I wanted to be a trainer. I thought I wanted to be something, but then it's like, not after dealing with this. This left a bad taste in my mouth. I thought we were cool. And I think you love this killer whale. There's a bond here between the two of you. There really is. And they didn't want you to leave the pool, even in that instance, but I don't think you're coming back. So I think I'm seeing this whale like being like, I mean, are you ever coming back? And you're not. Because the level of aggression, there may have been some level of aggression here. It was read as that. But again, it's because there's some kind of language barrier. And it could be, when I'm saying language, I don't necessarily mean somebody speaks Spanish, somebody speaks Japanese. Like, I don't necessarily mean that. It could be a factor here. It's more something like your backgrounds. You come from entirely different backgrounds. This could be attachment styles, your internal makeup. Your strength is much different than this person's strength. They need to learn how to value that in you. They need to learn how to protect it. They need to see the value in it, just the same way that in our tribal cultures, we don't have healthy relations between men and women like today. I'm sure it wasn't like peaches and cream back then, but it's like those masculinity tests. It's like, no, you're expected to use your superior strength to be a protector here. I'm not, it's like, that's not an appropriate use of that strength. And look, like, but do you see the strength of a woman? Do you see the strength of like somebody who's different than you? And can you allow that to exist? Because you don't want to be you don't want to be breaking people's strength all the time. That makes for terrible people that have a vendetta against you. And you just don't want that. So yeah, this person regrets not being vulnerable, not realizing how tender you are, maybe not recognizing that you were actually very vulnerable to get into that pool with them at all for any reason. There was a lot of trust. That you actually did see the risk and that you were kind of risking your heart. This person regrets not risking their heart too. And instead, they tried to do something that didn't feel like a big deal to them because they knew they were capable of doing so much more, which something to pay attention to. But they were like, I should have also exposed my forearm, or my neck. I should have also, this was a peace offering. They didn't understand that it was a peace offering. But once they kind of realized this, now all of a sudden, I feel like this whale can pay attention to what it is that you were trying to tell them in the first place. And they do see the power. And for some, the consequences that rain down on this person were these things that it can't comprehend. Systems, government, whatever. For some of these people, they were like, whatever, they got in the pool with a different trainer. Because they were like, this person, I just want you to give me my fish when I want my fish. And you were like, no, we got to do the exercise to get the fish. Okay. And this is what's best for everybody overall. And then they got into a different pool with a different trainer who's just going to give them fishes and just tell them scritches and like, just give them, all the praise and stuff. But actually it's the same things you were trying to teach. I'm hearing like control dynamics, psychology, these ethereal things. They were using them as control tactics, but part of their control tactics is they were milking this person. They were flattering this person, telling them what they wanted to hear, giving them their fishes. And this person got the whale version of like diabetes or gout, and they realize something here. But I'm also seeing somebody now like shocking the whale, or like it's now the whale has a scar, and I'm hearing you say, I didn't want you to have to learn the lesson that way. I wish you could have just trusted me. I wish you could have trusted like my guidance, but you had to go over there and learn that lesson. But I feel like this is a singular killer whale who's going to have this experience, who's going to go over with a different trainer, whatever this is. They're going to get fucked over. Okay. And this is a person who I feel like this whale, you would allow this whale to swim up, engage with you, and then you'd release it back out into, like, you wouldn't keep it in captivity. It's like, no, we're just doing this. I respect you. You're a sovereign being. You go back out there. Woohoo. This other person's not lifting the gate back up. They want to keep that whale in captivity. And now you've got all the problems that you see with the whales in captivity, the aggression, the pent up nature, the ego, death, and identity. Like, because maybe this person has been very aggressive, but it's because there's these tactics that this person doesn't understand being deployed at them, psychological mind games and stuff. This person they have that human knowledge the same as you. This killer whale doesn't have that, but it's being deployed against them. And so now it's ratcheting up the aggression. And now this killer whale is capable of doing things that it's not capable of doing in the wild, because it's just being a whale in the wild. It's not cruel for it to kill anything. It's a carnivore. It eats meat. It's not cruelty. It's following its biology. That's not cruelty. That's a part of the natural dance here. It's its function. But now it has a warped identity of itself as an aggressor, of itself as being captive. It's a shell of its former self. And like their fin kind of flops over and stuff. Like, it's like that. This person used to be such a proud whale. And in a way, it's like they needed to learn that lesson the hard way. And this is the whale that once it finally does get free, if it can figure out how to get free, because there's forces at work that are bigger than it, it's going to go tell the other whales, like, hey, listen. And I think this is part of your rehabilitation, because I'm not seeing you engage with this whale in captivity. I'm seeing you go out on a boat and this whale recognizing you and coming up to you and being like, remember me, fish? Like, can I have a fish? And being very happy, and all of a sudden loving you and respecting you and cherishing you much more. And it also being able to communicate now to its friends. This one's a good one. Okay. And it does weird human shit and I don't understand it, but this is a good one. And we protect this one. This one has our best interests at heart. And now it's potentially more and more safe for you to interact. And I think you don't even have to interact with this whale. And maybe it's other whales. Again, this feels soul group energy. This feels like behind the scenes here. You'd no longer have to even interact over there in captivity. Now you can literally free dive with these killer whales, and they're going to protect you, and they understand, and they're dialed in, and they're listening, and they're paying attention, and they're learning what it is that they need to learn in order. This is, again, Sagittarius, the beast becoming man. But this is a different version of a beast. This isn't like on land, and this is a beast, a beastly nature that is actually very social, pod oriented, but is like free and independent and very intelligent. This beast nature actually does have an intelligence about it. And you are somehow this human, like, you're built to kind of help this person on a spiritual level, I think, turn this into like becoming man. And this is creating this pod. I'm just seeing this pod of killer whales around you that's like, nobody messes with this one. This is our one. This is a person who helps us. This is a friend to the ocean. And then I'm seeing that like nasty person over there dumping toxic things into the water. And you're like, now go do the leg thing. That's the person you do the leg thing to. That is a person that needs the message. Go. And there's always going to be that language barrier between the killer whale and the human but when the human who speaks human and the whale who speaks whale, right? Like as a human, I know when somebody's being messed up, and I can tell you, yes, as a matter of fact, until you can kind of learn whatever signals for yourself. Yes, that person's being messed up. That's a person who needs to be scared of interacting with the ocean because they're not being respectful. That's the person who needs the message sent. So go, by all means, go send the message. It's not that it's wrong for it to do it. It's just there's a time and a place. And it's not towards the people that love you. And it's not towards the people that are helping you and are showing signs of, hey, that's not what we do. So this person regrets how they interacted with your energy. They regret misreading the signs, I think, here. Maybe they thought you were trying to take something from them. They could have thought that you were trying to pull them into captivity. It's like you need this person to be in captivity. This is so Sagittarius. I feel like this person could be somebody here's a Sagittarius. Because Sagittarius is like that barn happy horse. It's like they need to roam. They need to be free in order to be happy, in order to be healthy. I don't think you want to capture this person. But they need to come into the barn sometimes to change their hooves, to get brushed, and as soon as that's done, they can go back out. You don't care. And as long as you're just going to keep a really nice barn and this person can, not that they can disrespect you, because this horse, going out doesn't mean they're cheating on you and stuff. And as long as you have that trust between the two of you, you're very keen to give this person as much freedom as they want. So long as they're respectful towards you, that's the difference. If you have trust, this can work. That's kind of what I'm getting. If you can learn how to communicate, this can work. If you can be gentle, this can work, but there needs to be some kind of peace offering here. There needs to be like an accord. And I feel like this was a really hard learning, but I do feel like the worst is potentially over here. And this is just like, this is really clicking into this person, the difference between you and other people that they've interacted with. They're realizing that you didn't want to control them. You kind of needed to, but it was a language thing. It was a communication thing. It was a teaching thing because there was no other way to kind of suss each other out at first, right? It wasn't about you trying to trap them. And they misread that situation. And I think they threw a fit and they may have caused some harm here. And they regret that. There's Lilith in energy here. There's also Muslim energy here. Somebody here could be Islamic. Doesn't have to be. Yeah. But this moon energy kind of looks like a claw. So it's telling me like their claws came out under a full moon. This is kind of werewolf energy. The animal side came out of them, but something was a trigger. And I think it was something that they thought to do with like captivity or something. They could regret not, again, giving you something. They could regret not being in their childlike energy. So I know that was like a roundabout way of getting this message across, but yeah. We have a troll in the chat. Alex, did you get the troll? Oh, okay, cool. Sagittarius. Yeah. A no narcissist diet. Yeah. Okay, so let me just see here. Anything else? Yeah, there's obstacles here because this deck is the Messages of Love Oracle cards, but I use this as like obstacles a lot of the time. Just my mind thinks of it that way. So again, like obstacles here, and then release. And I'm hearing catch and release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. This person might have thought all I want is for them to let me go, right? And you did because you weren't trying to control them to begin with. And I think they were like, see, I can go like be with this other person, and that other person was just as smart as you. They know all the human things, but they used their powers for evil in order to capture and control and whatever. I think they had to learn what that looked like in order to know that it wasn't what you were doing. Okay. Okay, let's see. Anything else that they regret? They just regret decision. They regret a decision. Put away the computer. Working less and having more fun will help strengthen your relationship. Yeah, so maybe they regret like not taking you out or like not having fun, not getting to know you in that fun arena. They just associated you maybe with work or with whatever this was. Finances and a past life love. So there could be an ex involved here. There could be something to do with money. This person wants forgiveness. Yeah, they notice your integrity. There could be a friend. There's could be friends with benefits that this person got wrapped up in. But you showed, again, this could have been what you were trying to teach them. Is like, listen, you got to pay attention to the details, boo boo. There are forces at work that you cannot see. You specifically. I mean, they just can't be seen. Intentions, the mind, the psyche, the different elements of mind, people's internal emotional states. It's very scorpionic, right? But it is the powers that run our world, and you need to be aware of them if you're going to navigate safely. That was your message here to this person. And they could have engaged in some kind of long-term relationship, whether this is work, whether this is mentorship. You know, this could be even a relationship. Maybe this is like a real relationship phobic person, and you're like, I'm busy and I'm not trying to control you, but I am going to be respected. Okay? I'm not going to have your raggedy ass going out there doing God knows what, bringing God knows what in here. Like, it's just not happening. So I think this person's having an awakening here, and it has to do with nuance, because this is a blunt object to this person. It's broad brushstrokes. You are a much delicate, fine-tuned, nuanced, detail-oriented energy, and this person's learning, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. And now this person has more wounds, because I'm literally seeing this whale with like scars and shock things, and its fin is like busted over. And even when they release those whales out into the wild, they still very much struggle, which is why it's so cruel to have them in captivity anyways. And again, I feel like my take on this is your take on this. You're like, it's cruel to trap somebody that doesn't want to be trapped. Who would do that? Like, don't you care? Like, you're going to break that person. You're going to break their soul. Like, why like a person that runs free and is all the killer whale things, you know, pod-oriented, intelligent, free? Why like somebody like that? And you want to ruin it, or you want to try to control it for yourself. Because it's, you know, and they're like, remember Tiger King? And everybody's talking about, like, there are weird people that, like, are obsessed with controlling, like the beasts of the jungle, because they think it makes them sexy or cool or strong. Like, I'm kind of getting that. Somebody here could be a tiger yoni that does that. They want a trophy. That's what they want. They want a trophy. See what I caught? That tiger does everything I say. That killer whale can't get out of my trap if it wants to. It's this majestic creature, apex predator, not to me, baby. Right? All right. For some, there was a financial decision. Like, for some, this was like, it had to do with money. So if this was work, it's like, well, I make more money over here. Yeah, but at what cost? You know? For others, it was like, well, it's cheaper over here to take this service, to do, to work with, I'm hearing like this therapist versus that therapist. It's cheaper over here, but like at what cost? You know, like for some of you, it's like something here like that. Yeah. Okay. This person wants to give you messages, like they're really trying to come through, but I'm not going to, or maybe this is pile number 3 because I'm getting ready to do that. I don't know. There's like a message energy. I'm not going to reach for a message deck, but I was really wanting to. So, okay, cool. All right. That was pile 2. Compassion, 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 compassion. Yes, exactly. It's cheaper, but at what cost? And again, it's that nuanced energy. It's like, it's cheaper in the very narrow singular category that you are hyper focused on for whatever reason, but you're not seeing the total cost in energy, in self-respect, how it's going to affect you long-term. You're not looking at the total cost because it's actually a bargain. Like whatever, it's actually a bargain here, like to go with this person and not that person. Okay. All right. I just want to take a second here. I'm going to put some lotion on. Sometimes I need a little minute here between piles. It's the joy of a live stream or the annoyance of a live stream, either one. But we're here in real time, being people. I know some people have the attention span of a peanut butter sandwich, but they probably already left us. Okay. I look forward to Friday nights. It's my weekly therapy. Where I live, there's a saying that goes, cheap items cost dearly. I agree. I've learned that in my life too. I've learned that too. Gloss, water, lotion, and lots of lovin'. Couple and wine. I always clean my house beforehand. I love it. I love that this is like such a beautiful feminine. And Friday is like Freya. Like she's beautiful. She's powerful goddess of like love and war, and she's, and it's just so feminine. It's like very Venusian, and it's just so perfect. Okay. Pile number 3. What does this person regret? There's a lot of specific scenarios that are coming through, and I will talk about those later on. But the gist of this is that this person, I think they regret not sending some kind of message. I'm seeing this person like on their phone or on their computer, and they're like a part of a group chat, or they saw something going on here. They could have been on your social media. They were like looking through, and it's like their mind was like a flutter. They could have not known what they were looking at. It could have sent them into some kind of confusion or tizzy. They wish that they would have reached out in some way to you or to somebody else. Because like I said, there's a variety of situations here. But again, if you have the attention span of a peanut butter sandwich, the gist of this is they regret not sending a message when they had the opportunity or when they should have. And it was because this person got all discombobulated in their head and they kind of didn't know which way to go. I feel like, again, this person was pulled in 2 directions here at once. And it's almost like they felt whichever way they went, there was some kind of like risk or there was some kind of loss involved. So maybe this person just didn't send something here, or they could have just sat on the sidelines and watched as something. Now, for some of you, this is like a very normal, mundane thing. It's like this person was on your social media. They really wanted to reach out and talk to you, but they saw something on your social media and it confused them, or they didn't know like, okay, well, are they dating that person or are they doing this? They didn't know. And then they got all in their head about it. And then they didn't send you that message that they wanted to send you. For some of you, it's genuinely as mundane as that. It could have been that you guys were texting back and forth and you said something here, but it was like very general and this person didn't know what it meant, and they didn't want to assume the wrong thing, and maybe they felt like they needed to have a direct conversation or inject something, but they didn't want to like throw a hot potato into the equation unnecessarily. They didn't know how to read the situation. So it could have been that maybe this person left you on red, or they were really curt, or they were short with you, or they just didn't send like a message because they were all up in their head. And I'm hearing this song by Taylor Swift. It's I Almost Do. And there's a part where she's like, I bet you think I either moved on or hate you, because each time you reach out, there's no reply. So it's like there could have been silence here. But it never occurred to you that I can't say hello to you and risk another goodbye. So somebody here didn't communicate something, and it was because they cared about you a lot, and they didn't want to risk ending something. They didn't want to risk a goodbye from one place or another for some of you. Because for some, it's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. But like this very mundane situation is like they didn't want you to say goodbye to them. If they said the wrong thing or if they assumed the wrong thing, they didn't know if you wanted to hear from them. And they wish that they would have sent you a message or been more direct or just said the thing that they were thinking, just to stop like with all the, whatever, like the messages or like what, I don't know, whatever. But they think that you feel they are dismissive or that they don't care about you. And it could be that this person regrets not admitting how much they cared about you, like in the moment. Like something happened and it caused like a bunch of chaos and confusion, and this person wanted to explain themselves and they needed to admit their feelings, and they need to say like, I did this because I care about you. And you might be like, what? This person did this because they care about me? I don't know, man. The human mind is crazy. It doesn't always make sense. And sometimes when emotions get involved and somebody feels so deeply and they get all jumbled and discombobulated and confused and hurt, or that they have like an overwhelming emotion, sometimes people just lash out in order to take out some kind of like psychological pressure or something, or they're just trying to like off gas like some kind of psychological pressure. But I feel like somebody here actually like really cared about you, and it involves some kind of message either that they needed to deliver to you or about you, like to somebody else. And that's where we get into the other side of this. So for others, okay, that's like the more mundane situation. I think that's going to apply to most people. To others, like this person, it's all the same things that I've been saying. This person regrets like not sending a message, but it was something a little more nefarious, and it was like centered around you. So this person could have been added to like a group chat, and they saw like some kind of messaging, the way that people were conversing about you, and they were like, holy shit, this is nasty. Like in some way they were like, holy shit, this is like bullying. I'm hearing racist for some of these people. Oof. Some kind of ist. It could be racist. It could be sexist. But for some of you, it really is a message that there was some racist shit being said here. I'm like actually seeing hoods. Like I'm seeing this person being like added to like a group chat and being like, is this a clan meeting. Like they're seeing and they're like, dang, this is like so racist. And then I'm flashing to, this is a specific message for somebody. Sorry, this is coming through so strong. I'm flashing to, there was another reading that I did and it was like an investigation will go deeper than you think. So this person is seeing some like out of pocket stuff being said. And they were like, at first they were like, well, that's really rude. Well, like that makes me feel gross in my stomach. And again, they felt like they needed to say something either in the group chat to be like, okay, like calm it down. Or potentially say something to you to be like, yo, somebody was saying something like really out of pocket here, to like let you know, or to inform some kind of authority, whether it's a boss or maybe for some there's like something criminal going on. I don't know, like to inform some kind of authority that there's, because I'm hearing this is like aggression that leads to violence. Like it was ramping up and this person somehow like got added to again, I'm just hearing like that group chat. They were seeing messages. It could have been that they were part of a conversation, but I think for a lot of you, there could be like proof. There could be like an actual like message thread or something. And I'm just seeing this person kind of spiraling because they know it's wrong. And there could be a peer pressure element where they're like afraid. It's like being afraid of the goodbye. So it's like they could be afraid that their friends who are not really their friends, and who wants friends like these anyways. But again, it's that peer pressure thing. For some, there's like a work element because maybe this person has to like work with these people and they have to like kind of get along with them and they don't want to, you know, toss a hot potato in. And maybe they even feel like they should be kind of ratting somebody out. But again, it's like they don't want this to be turned on them. Because for some, this group who is like chatting, they're very underhand. They've demonstrated the level of their aggression, their violence, their underhand behavior. And somebody is like, well, I don't want to be fired because then they're going to turn on me. I don't know, because they've seen what they did to you. Like this is bad. But I will say, like, going back to like an investigation will go farther than you think it will. If this is the racist thing, somebody here is not merely racist. I think somebody here could have connections to like the Special K, and I don't mean the cereal. And like whether it's just some kind of loose affinity or they literally are like in something. And if this is you, I'm telling you, should not overlook this. You should not like take this lightly. And if you are the person that's involved in this group chat, this is like nothing to play with. And I do feel like you yourself could potentially be at risk for calling these people out. But somebody's not safe here. Like this is not like a good situation. So just putting that to the side. Like for some of you, it's not the racist thing. For some of you, this is like, it's sexist. It's some kind of like, you know, again, just somebody talking bad about you. And somebody, maybe one of your friends knew this and it's like they knew that they should have said something to you, or they knew that they should have reported it to a boss or some kind of authority, but then they just didn't. So somebody here really does regret sending some kind of message. Or they saw something here and they didn't tell you about it. For some of you, they saw like pictures of somebody cheating. They saw a picture of somebody and they should have forwarded that message to you, but then they didn't. So it has to do with some kind of message here. Or they knew somebody was talking shit, or they knew somebody was lying about you and then they didn't like interfere, with the truth. Confession, clarity, reveal secrets. I'm telling you, somebody needed to reveal secrets here and they didn't. And maybe instead they ghosted, disappear, silence, ignored, rejected. So again, somebody left you on red. Somebody could have ghosted. Somebody, I'm hearing the silence is deafening, or they just disappeared here on the situation. For some, they just like up and left like the entire situation. They were like, these people are messed up and there's nothing I can do in this situation. So they just up and left. But honestly, I feel like somebody here is like being bullied, or this is some kind of like, this could lead to violence. Like if this is this group that's just like, it's something like really not okay. This is some tea. He always told me he stood up for me, but in my gut, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Relationship, romantic feelings. Okay. This is like too much that just came out here. Okay. Spirit, what else do they regret here in pile number 3? Mystery relationship, hiding a relationship. This could, for some of you, this could be somebody who like had something here, like on their phone, in like their secret compartments on their phone or whatever. It looks like a calculator app, but really it's like cheater's app or something here. Hidden motive, concealed, disguise, lying, hidden meaning, vague, speculate. Yeah. So for some of you, again, this is like they were on your social media, or there was some kind of mystery about a relationship and they should have just messaged you, or they should have just asked you about something directly. But instead they were trying to read between the lines. They like fell into this mystery energy. They were sneaking all around. They were rolling some kind of dice here in order to like be a player, I don't know. And it sent a bunch of weird messages, and yeah, there could be addictive energy here as well. But for some of you, somebody found something on a phone. Okay. Anything else? I think I might grab the tarot here in just a second. Unexpected healing. Date. Signs and synchronicities. Yeah. Somebody could have seen you out with somebody as well and misread the situation, and now they regret that because they've been illuminated about, like, yeah, player. Charming, manipulative, karmic, being tested. So somebody here is being tested. It could be that a player was being tested. Oh my gosh. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like you were in a relationship with a player, like a former player, and this person wanted to be serious with you, but then they rolled the dice here in a situation. They tried to wear a mask, hidden motive, conceal, disguise, and lying about a relationship. Maybe about wanting a relationship with you in order to get what they wanted, and they did, I think, want a relationship with you, but maybe they also wanted a relationship with 10 other people. I don't know. So they wore some kind of mask, and they disguised that. And this could have come out. You could have found something here on this person's phone. They regret this. I mean, for some of these people, they just regret you finding it. But I think they regret rolling the dice and taking some kind of risk here on a hidden relationship, because the universe was trying to message this person here too. Mystery. This person could have an addiction. It could be a gambling addiction. It could be gambling in relationships. Gambling, yeah. This pile covers a lot of different situations here, but there's something to do with a message that's at the heart of this. But this person regrets having an addiction, maybe to being a player, maybe to like rolling the dice, because they actually wanted a relationship. Maybe this person rolled the dice with you somehow. They came off like a player in their messaging, and the sporadic, weird way they were messaging you that was not direct, because this person's used to finessing a situation. They can do anything but just be direct. And they rolled the dice with you in some way, but it was actually because they had a hidden motive to be in a relationship with you. And it came off like weird. And maybe you got in a fight with this person. Magnetic attraction. Yeah, they felt a magnetic attraction here to you. So take this how it resonates. But I feel like this person may have an addiction to gambling in a relationship, to being a player, to taking chances and risks. And this is the exact opposite energy that they need to be applying to their relationship. So if they're trying to form a relationship with you out of that energy, then I feel like it messed things up and it sent the wrong message. And this person didn't understand that. And you might be like, how could this person not understand that? Well, they've been a player. This is a person who doesn't have any experience, I think. They may have, I don't think they have really dating experience. Like, I think they have hookup experience, but they don't have experience being genuine. I think this person's been disingenuous. They've been wearing a mask, like, just to get what they want in order to, like, gamble. So for some of you, like, they were in a relationship with you. They could have rolled the dice here to be a player because they're addicted. They have some kind of habit. Look, legal matters. Boom. This is a karmic situation for sure, but it could have ended them up in court. Yeah. This could have, like, they could have had some liquid courage and they were gonna, I don't know, and then they took a risk and it made them do something stupid to you. This could have involved alcohol. It just lowered their inhibitions. Again, because this person's applying the wrong methods here. So, yeah, take what you want here from this one. All right, anything else? They regret not being like the Knight of Pentacles. They regret maybe not being independent. So this person could have been playing with other people. They regret not being independent. They regret not building with you like the right way. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving knight. Maybe they regret not taking things slow, but this is the part of this player energy. They could have jumped in with you or with someone else. They were trying to hide it. They were trying to manufacture something here, but they should have just been the Knight of Pentacles. They should have taken it slow. They should have been responsible. Yeah. He didn't think I knew he was in a relationship. Oh. You had to quit your job because of his effery. Yeah, and this person, maybe, like, I think they regret not kind of beating him off with a stick. And I mean that in terms of, like, maybe they had romantic options and it's like, get away. Like, because I'm trying to build something. And I want my future, like, stop. Like, he maybe regrets that. He regrets entertaining his options and effing around. Yeah, this is an F-boy. And now it's ended him up, like, with this devil energy. And I think whoever he's in a relationship with is also sneaky and underhand. They may have built something together that looks a certain way on the surface, but this person's looking at you. And they're really having massive regrets because you are their happy person. And they're they're in anxiety about this. They were in some Knight of Wands energy, and for some, like, they were trying to get that to turn you into the Empress, and that is very sinister. Read between the lines with that one, because they could have been trying to get you pregnant in order to basically trap you to them, because this person doesn't have a social skill to save their life, which might surprise you, because this person could be very manipulative and charming. They're charming in order to be manipulative, in order to get what they want out of people. Not just you, but this person this is like a way of life for this person. This is like a schmoozer. This is like a charmer kind of person. So there's a lot of different messages that are coming out in this one, but it basically all centers around communication and messages, and not sending a message when they should have, or they were trying to be so slick, you know, and they were trying to be manipulative, and they were trying to be that they just were anything but honest and forthright. And you cut this person off because you knew the truth about something here. And you want somebody you can build with, somebody that you can heal with, somebody that you can reach your goals with, somebody that, you know, is strong. There's also, this is interesting because this is leader follower energy here. So somebody that you admire and respect, and you trust to take the lead because you admire and respect them in certain arenas. But you also want somebody who can flip that energy and admire and respect you. Yeah, this person was playing around here. They were trying to play mind games. And you walked away, and they're burdened. There's a lot of emotion here between the two of you. There's a lot of love. And for some of you, you had to leave more than just this person. It's like you had to leave a family. You had to leave a group of friends that actually should have been your support system, should have been able to be your friends. But this person maybe was effing around with some of your friends. Or, or you couldn't be around this group of friends because then maybe you would have to see them. And this person betrayed your trust and put you up in your head because you couldn't understand why somebody would treat you in such a manner. Because for some of you, this person mishandled you, and then you like couldn't be around people, so you just up and left. And this person is burdened by this. I do think they were trying to get you up in your head, but it was as a part of some kind of weird power game because they wanted to love you, but instead they just betrayed you and they ended things horribly. And I think it was with a friend, and it could have been with gossip here too. Like, there's a lot of layers to this. So take like whatever resonates here, but this is Gemini energy. So again, it's like they could have lied on you. They could have gossiped about you to a friend, or to your friends, stabbing you in the back even more as if what they already did to you was not enough. They could have betrayed you with a friend or people that you know, or people that are associated with a group of people that you know. So now you can't be around those people without feeling uncomfortable, without worrying whether or not this person's going to show up and your trauma is going to spike up. Yeah, this person really loves you. This person respects you a lot though, because of how, like, again, this is kind of sounding very similar to pile number one. But this person is so dramatic. This person is used to being in like very dramatic relationships. That's how they control proceedings, is this person throws the hot potato in. For some of you, this is a person who throws the hot potato in their relationships, because they might like people to fight over them too. Or they might like to get people fighting against each other, because then nobody's looking at this person and their buffoonery, and they think they're slick for that. But I don't think you did. I think that you didn't take the bait in this situation. Yeah, you knew what you knew. You knew a secret here. And you knew what you knew, and then it flipped this turmoil on this person, this drama and this competition and this chaos energy, and they don't like that. This is a person who the sword turned on them is what I'm getting. Like, this is a person who they're not used to that happening. This is a smooth talker too. And this is a part of it, like with the poet energy, because I see this person like wanting to talk to you, looking at maybe a message. Again, take this however it applies, because for some of you, it's all these situations wrapped into one, for some of you. But for some of you, this person, I don't know, it's like they're a poet. It's like they know how to say things in just the right way, but it broke their brain, because this is a karmic test. And Spirit is also wanting to come through and say, look, you're not getting around the karmic test. Okay? In the sense that the thing you're supposed to be practicing, the thing that you need to apply to fix this situation, there's not a back door, right? There's not a back door. We wouldn't have sent you in to learn this lesson if there was a back door, and all you had to do was clap your hand 3 times and press the red button and eat a Snickers bar, and then the door's going to secretly open. No, that's not testing anything. You're not having to apply something difficult for you. So you're not getting around it besides being direct And it left this person in grief. There was some sort of sexual strategy here. And for some of you, I'm so sorry if this ended up being like essentially a grape situation because this person didn't know how to act. And this person like maybe was opportunistic and jumped on some kind of situation where you were being friendly and maybe there was alcohol involved or your guard was down and this person like jumped at you. It was because they were trying to make you their girlfriend. And that for some effed up reason, and it is effed up and that is a crime. And this person, I don't care. They can have all the epiphanies they want. They should be doing it behind bars. But this person is, they're sorry because they were trying to make you their girlfriend. And this person just did not have any other tools in their tool belt. And it just was of no consequence to them, I guess, to learn them. So yeah, they didn't really have a plan. There's something here where like maybe they didn't have a plan, but this person's so used to being a player and like you leading with strategy and finessing situations. Like, yeah, they wanted everything with you, man. This person wanted everything, but they just couldn't help but be manipulative and then it ruined it. Yeah, this person wanted to like rush in on you here. They wanted to send a message for some. It's like they saw some kind of situation going on between you. I'm having massive deja vu right now. Between you and some like F-boy energy that was in this lustful energy towards you. They were like, you didn't feel this way, but then guards were down or something. And this person was meant to like rush in and break that up and give you some kind of message that was going to out somebody here. They needed to do that, but they didn't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this person's kind of a fool, to be honest, and they know it. But this is not a very sophisticated person on the inside. Like, this to me seems like a child on the inside, like a little boy or a little girl. They're not very emotionally sophisticated. They do know that they did something wrong, but this person, for as intelligent as they are, it's like they only apply it in that very charming, manipulative, slippery way. They don't use it. It's a misuse. Okay, the movie Emma, I love that movie. It's one of my faves. But what's his name? What's the love interest in Mr. Anyways, the love interest. Love that guy. He's trying to talk to Emma, who is so smart, but she's so vain, and he's always calling her on it because she's like, "Well, I'm not very vain." And he's like, "Your vanity lies another way. Her vanity lies in her brain." But I forgot what I was gonna. I forgot what I was gonna say about that, but it was something like, it just slipped my mind. Anyways, it might come back out again. Yeah, but you knew what you knew, and yeah, this person really did think you were their like divine counterpart, their lovers, and I don't know, maybe you are. For some of you, divine masculine's coming out here. I mean, for some of you, maybe this is. Maybe you feel like this is your divine counterpart too, but for some reason, this person just couldn't get it together. They broke your heart. Or they betrayed you here. Third-party situation. Third-party situation as a tool to get a relationship. It baffles me. Justice. So they're getting some kind of karmic justice here. Some kind of balancing out. And for some of you, it's like that you're independent. You can't be bothered. Yeah. This is similar energy to pile number 1 without the whole like baby thing. But this person's seeing you being successful. They wanted a victory with you. They needed to be alone though. This person needed to be alone. They needed to spend time in hermit mode here to get a victory with you. Yeah, they really think that you're their divine counterpart. And you were changing their mind about something too before this argument happened. And this argument, whatever challenge you posed to this person, actually held the seeds to creating like good karma for them and building a relationship with you kind of like the right way. But instead, there was some kind of, this could be a negative relationship from their past. And you saw that, and because of that, this person like came up short, and with the tower energy, it ruined your connection. And this person needed to blow up, I think, this old relationship that's karmic. They need to be alone. They need to cut off a situation, but instead they ruined their relationship with you. And they regret that. They do. They think you're mad sexy. Yeah. So it all comes down to some kind of message though. And the truth. Tell her the truth. I'm seeing that from Aladdin, where the genie turns into the bee. And he's trying to tell Jasmine that he's just a street rat in some way. Like, I'm just a player. I'm just an F-boy, but I love you. You know, like it's, and then Jasmine says to him at one point, she's like, do you think I was stupid that I wouldn't figure it out? So now he's like insulted her intelligence. Like, this is just the gift that keeps on giving here. And she feels disrespected because she thinks he doesn't think very highly of her. She thinks that he thinks he can just lie and get away with it, and that this is bad. Yeah, this person sees you as the Empress. They could regret an Empress here as well. Maybe their mom got involved for some of you. They regret not following their synchronicities. They regret thinking the grass is greener. Jealousy, better option. Unhappy. You deserve better. This person knows that you deserve better. They do feel like they've got unfinished business with you, though. Look. Oh, this person went back to an ex. They went back to an ex that they felt like there was unfinished business. There was a breakup between the two of them. I just heard they broke up for a reason. And this person knows they broke up for a reason. I think, though, because this person's a player, they were like, well, we broke up because I'm a player. This person was not invested in that other person. They didn't have heart-centered energy. Maybe there was a magnetic attraction here. Maybe this was like a very schmegsual thing. But it does not equal a soulmate. You're this person's soulmate. But they could have received a text here and they were like, oh, we have unfinished business. And this person thought the grass would be greener if they went back to this person. But it was just out of like a fear, energy, hookup, divine timing. So they could have hooked up here with an ex and it was just the perfect timing for you to see who this person was. Third party, new love. And magnetic attraction. So this is the energy that I think is kind of linking everything. This person's attracted here to both people, but this third party needed to be left in the past. This is a very jealous person too. And that might have been why they reached out. So this person just regrets entertaining other options and being a mystery. Trying to be charming, or they tried to give you anxiety. This person was trying to give you anxiety. Maybe on social media. This person, oh my gosh, party. This person wanted you to see them at a party giving somebody a proposal, or see them on social media giving somebody a proposal here. This person is slimy. But Spirit could have, you may never have seen this because Spirit could have divinely intervened, and it could have had something to do with your home. So some of you could have been moving, or it's like you could have had some kind of, even if this was like an unexpected, I don't know, all your pipes burst in your basement and you were just off of social media for like 3 months straight while you were paddling in a canoe down like the hallways or something. Something happened. I don't think you did see what this person wanted you to see. I don't think they did. I don't think you even did, because Spirit has your back here, like in this situation, but potentially they wanted you to see them proposing to somebody here, like on social media. I'm not sure if you saw it or not. I kind of don't think you did. Because you were in your own, Spirit was like, okay, bet the grass is greener. The grass is greener over here. Yeah. I think, oh my gosh, like this is some speak now energy for somebody. This is so crazy. I cannot even fathom this. This can only be a person that's not like into their heart space. Okay, this is obviously, we're in like a specific scenario. This is not gonna be for everybody. Like there's so many scenarios coming through here in this reading. For some, they were rolling the dice, like proposing to somebody, and they did it in a public way, like at a gathering or at a party, or they posted it on social media because they wanted you to speak now. Taylor Swift. They wanted you to be like, wait, no, don't say yes, run away now. They were like, they were gambling. Tell me why this person's entire major life decisions all involve some kind of gamble or a risk. I feel like that's karma for this person. Tell me why that is. This person's like maybe very insecure or something, but it's like the situations, the crossroad moments in this person's life, it's like they can't just buckle down, declare themselves, and like go in the direction that they actually want. Instead, they do this weird gamble energy thing, and it's a huge sign of insecurity. Divine timing. And then they tell themselves that it was the wrong time. I cannot with this person. And then they tell themselves that they have unfinished business. But really, the truth of it is that they had a hidden motive the whole time. They were trying to conceal fear. They were trying to conceal fear. Either fear because they hooked up with somebody, they don't want you to find out, or they're concealing fear about what you're doing, or just of being in a committed relationship, or of you rejecting them, or fear of their emotions. So it feels to me, this is a karmic relationship. For some of you, this is a soulmate, but it's some kind of, there's a lot of karma between you now because this person just cannot act right. For some of you, this might be a divine situation. This person thinks you're their divine counterpart. They just know that they can't get their shit together. So now that's like a lot of karma between the two of you. This person definitely loves you. It's not being communicated because this person has a lot of karmic lessons that they need to learn around leaving things unfinished, taking this risk. There are certain things that should not be left up to a gamble. There are certain things that should not be left up to a risk. There are certain things that you have to take like responsibility and ownership for. And like this person just cannot do it. So there's a lot of karmic lessons that are being learned here on this person's side of things. It involves a hookup. Roll the dice. That was either with you, and it was like when your guard was down, when you needed a friend, when you were drunk, when you couldn't consent properly. Maybe you had just experienced like a grief or something, and this person was like a vulture. A lot of guys do that. They're your friend. No, they're not. Like, and then until something kind of goes wrong, and then they go for the jugular. So they've really just outed the fact that they're not an empathetic person, and they're not genuine towards you. They were like opportunistic. So for some, it was that, and they did that because they were trying to force a relationship with you in some way. And for some, it's all the way to like they were hoping that they were going to get you pregnant or something. That's for some people. But for others, it's like they risked something with somebody else, and they did that for some reason because they thought that betraying you was going to induce a sense of lack or panic, and that you would go running after them because this person wants to have the power instead of just saying, I like you. I'm seeing that scene in Hitch. I like you. Because he's all about the game, right? And then with his own girl, he's like, can we shut the door? I can't look at you. I like you. Okay? Because this might be a person that just does not have problems like with relationships, they or hookups. It's like that initial stage. They don't have problems with that except for with you because they feel a type of way about you, and they know that they feel like you're the divine counterpart. And I think they tell themselves it's a matter of divine timing. This person could be wanting to run into you at some kind of party. They could be watching your social media, trying to figure out what parties you're going to. But Spirit has divinely intervened, and it's something to do with something unexpected about a home here, maybe single family, some kind of fated meeting, and it's a reconciliation with an ex. And I feel like this is going to lead to a proposal. And guess what? Now guess who has anxiety? This person. For some of you, literally this person got involved in a marriage because they were trying to use that as bait. They proposed to a whole ass human because they were trying to use that as bait to see if you would care or intervene. Like, I can't. This is just like for some people. Okay. So there's a lot of different situations here, but basically this person regrets a message that they sent to, could be to an ex. Oh, I get it. They regret sending a message to an ex. For some of you. Maybe they were the one that sent a message to reconcile with an ex, but they did it as a strategy here. And this person is regretting that now. Oh, they're regretting it. A message that they sent, they're regretting, or a message that they should have sent that they're regretting. That's what this is. Okay, yikes. Okay. These men are crazy out here. He took a risk by withholding the truth of his unfinished divorce until after we had already slept together and began to bond on a deeper level. Yeah, and he ain't shit for that. He gets chased all the time. How unattractive. Am I the only person? I find that deeply unattractive. Like in a man. I want somebody who likes me and I'm a fearful avoidant. Like I need to feel safe. And if I don't feel safe, I'm not around. You are so spot on and comforting to get to the truth. I'm so glad. And now he has an outburst displaying aggression that I can't tolerate. He knows that sent me a message. Yeah. Because he got caught. He's trying to control. That's what it is. It's like the control element of the situation. And you know what's funny is people like that who like lead with control, and then whatever half-baked plan they cooked up into their brain, and they were so arrogant and they were ignoring so many things in the situation. When that doesn't work, they tend to get aggressive because they felt entitled to you reacting a certain way. And they built up in their mind that if you react this way, it means this. And if you react that way, it means that. But it really just reflects this person's lack of emotional maturity. They're not giving you your sovereignty. There's actually 100 different reasons why you would react this way or you would react that way. And they're never going to know unless they communicate. And this person might be getting that. They're never going to know until like they send a certain message in a certain way. For some of you, maybe they regret sending a message to you in a certain way. And they know that they should have maybe left the attitude at the door or something because they need to be owning up to something here. But yeah, I've noticed that when somebody who is very controlling, when they put whatever their half-baked plan is in motion and you don't respond the way that they hope or think that you should, they deflect and they're like, there's something wrong with you. You're defective because any other girl would have said this or that or the other thing. And it's like, yeah, well, I don't really trust you. And that's a variable here. And if you're unwilling to acknowledge that, every single one of my responses or lack of responses is going to seem out of the blue and uncharacteristic because you have something you need to own up to, right? There's an emotional immaturity here and fear And it's a potent kind of cocktail that's going on that's affecting the communication. And it's on this person's side of things because they're afraid because they're a player and they don't know how to handle themselves in a relationship, and that's scaring them, but they want you so bad. And it does feel like karmically this person was supposed to be learning these certain like things along the way. So by the time they got to this juncture, they wouldn't be just completely snowed. You know, they should have been learning like little things. So by the time they reach this point, it's not just like all hitting them at once. But again, I feel like this person just didn't do that, or they were kicking the rock down the road. They were living their life very unconsciously. So then it was a tall order. Like whenever this, all of a sudden you like were in front of them and you were their person and they really wanted something with you, then they just shit the bed because they didn't know how to act. They didn't know what to do. And I don't think this person has the right support system around them either. Even if it's like a therapist or a best friend or a dad or somebody that they're used to going to for advice that has an elevated perspective that calms them and centers them, they don't have that. They have maybe people that ramp them up or other people that are doing the same shit that they are. So this person kind of doesn't know how to settle a relationship. Okay. Yikes. Or how to communicate delicate information. For those of you who are like, if this is like a work situation, or again, this person saw some kind of like negative messaging about you and they needed to tell you that. His mom and grandma used to fight over him, and it created some weird fetish for women to battle over him. Ew. That is gross. His mom and his grandma used to fight over him. Ladies, figure it out in private.
Mommy issues, like, compounded.
Compounded. Oh my gosh. I healed and learned so much about myself and self-worth. See, there's always a silver lining. Sorry about all that, Jess. It's okay. We're getting a divorce. Have an order of protection. Hope he likes poop on the other side of the fence. LOL. That reminds me of Shakira. I heard something like, because she caught her husband cheating with like that jar of jam, like that infinite jar of jam. Somebody had eaten her jam and she knew. But she bought a house, I think, next to his parents or something. And she always blasts like a certain song, literally, actually, like just plays a certain song on a loudspeaker system over there. I don't know if it's one of her songs or I just thought that was hilarious. They Amber Heard the bed. She was like this with him. Oh my gosh. I need to listen to some Fiona Apple after this for a palate cleanse. No kidding. Yep, I have no trust now. I think that is a crux of the thing that this person, I think they're starting to understand that they ruined the trust. Remember I said this person doesn't know how to settle a relationship? Well, a relationship is built upon trust between two people. If you have trust, then you can build genuine intimacy between two people. But this person decked the trust right out the gate. And then you had no chance for a relationship. And this person didn't go about repairing the trust in the right way. So this just really had no hopes of getting off the ground. Like once it was kind of irrevocably broken. And this person, I think, they wanted to try and fix it, but it's like they just kept making it worse and worse and worse because they were doing anything except for just being truthful and upright and owning to what they did. This person didn't understand that trust was the name of the game here. They have to tend the trust, and if they don't tend the trust, they're not going to get the response that they want from you. And then for some of these people, it's going to spiral them into some kind of level of aggression where they're betraying you, they're lashing out because they don't understand why they can't get the response that they want. And they're trying to do anything in order to get the response that they want from you. Yeesh. I would not have... Oh, Tim Sky just said, to be truthful, had my twin flame not been this way, I would not have dove headfirst into my healing and my deep spiritual growth. That, again, like, so true, right? He even messaged me and sent me a pic with his new girl. Like, what? He regrets doing that. That's what he regrets. He regrets the pic because he was trying to make you jealous. Like for some of you, oh my gosh, this is reminding me of like back in the day. Oh my gosh, this is such an embarrassing story. I'm not going to tell it, but I might one day. I had a full-blown panic attack and it was at a very inopportune moment. And I just know that I scarred this man for life, but I did not understand that I was having a panic attack. And I did not understand like the words. I just sort of left. And I knew that I like needed a day to come down off of whatever it was because I didn't know what happened to me and I didn't know why I like freaked out. And so I like took a day to just like take care of myself because I was not in a good place. But I knew for a fact that he couldn't see any of that. And I knew that I owed him some kind of explanation because I knew if I didn't explain things that he was going to be traumatized forever. But then like I took that day myself, and then 2:00 in the morning, like that morning, he sent me a text that was like, "You up?" It was like a classic like "you up" thing. And I was so naive that I just thought, oh, like he's drunk at the bar. Like even though we had this like weird thing, he maybe like needs a ride or something. And I was like, do you need a ride? And then he like didn't text me back. And then I realized I was like, oh, he wants me to think he's with another girl, that he accidentally sent me that text message. But I was like, you know what? I sort of deserved it. I didn't deserve it. I was going to clear it up, but I understand why he was hurt. It's just that I was working on trying to say something directly, but after he did that, I was like, okay, no. But it's something like that where it's like they sent something to you because they were lashing out and they were hurt, or they were maybe trying to make you jealous, but they were like, maybe in hindsight that wasn't like the best way, but it was like big, like the feelings were big. Because I'm telling you, I know for a fact I really, really hurt this person's feelings. Like, ugh, it was such an awkward situation. But yeah, you're a true friend, Jess. Oh, yeah. And we all kind of do that, especially when like our emotions are involved, or we feel like something was inadequate with us, or like, you know, trained literally in her 20s how to psyop mass amounts of people. Her genius plus military got a hold of her. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Shall we move and progress to the general messages? General messages. Uh-oh, I'm lost. Compassion. Really quick, just a candle announcement. We do have our Hedgewood candles that are still available, but we are announcing 2, not 1, but 2 new candles next Friday. So be on the lookout for that. There's going to be like a package deal where you can buy both of them at the same time. Think summer, think vacation, think nighttime, think daytime, and that's all I'm going to tell you. But I just wanted you guys to know we have new candles coming out next Friday. I really love these candles. They're so good. So just look out for that. Okay. Let's see. General messages. We'll use this deck. Okay. Oh no, I just got here. I want to share my story and how much you have been channeling straight from my 3D and my psyche. I'm so glad. This shit show wasn't the clear and obvious evidence I needed to trust myself and the beautiful networks of support systems that I've been blessed with. I don't know what is. Love that. I feel like that's part of the general message. That all of this is that clear message you need to trust yourself. Okay, Spirit. Come on now, Spirit. I'm kidding. Okay, what general messages do you have for the people? Oh my. Be on the defense. Okay. Okay, the Empress card just fell out, like just jumped out, and it came out in reverse, okay? And the Divine maybe is intervening here, like when it comes to some kind of message. Somebody, who is this person? Ace of Wands. Somebody wants to betray you. Okay, so trust your intuition, because remember we were just saying that, like Janae just said the thing about like if this is, you know, not a sign that I need to trust myself, I don't know what is. Trust yourself here. Be on the lookout, because somebody here, it might send you a message. It's like, this is Ace of Wands energy, so this could be a new person, or this person could notice a message, or I'm seeing something that you left like on a community board or something. Like this person could be paying attention to you here, and they're seeing you in this energy. They're noticing that you are like unbothered, you're strong, you are confident, maybe you're like financially insecure, you're peaceful, you are like unbothered in your world. And the Divine is somehow like stepping in here. There could be like towards this person. This is like part of a divine trap, but I feel like I feel like the divine might even be using you as bait for something here. But this person is going to be coming at you because they want to kind of like tank the Empress. For some of you, this person is maybe possibly married and they're like wanting to harm their partner, like emotionally, kind of how we were talking about like in these other piles. And they think like that you are beautiful and independent, financially secure, and they see you as a means to do that. The divine's playing out here in this situation. There is something here in regards to a home. There's also something here as like a message and some kind of like tower moment that is coming in. And it's like betrayal energy. So Spirit is somehow, I don't know where you're at on the timeline here. Spirit is blowing the lid here on that. This person is morally bankrupt. You are in this hermit energy. So I feel like, again, trust your center here, trust your intuition, remain centered. Because there's also a real sense of maybe there's a strategy here wanting, I don't know, like a celebration or a party. There could be an invitation here. For some of you, this could even be somebody from your past or somebody with like offering you mentorship or some kind of connection here. But then they're going to cut the rope here and then have you like on the defense about something. And I'm hearing like, didn't you know? Didn't you know this? Or I told her this, and they really didn't. There's something messed up going on here. And you're the Queen of Cups. So this is just a reminder, again, to not let anybody affect like your own emotional state, to be in this, to be centered in your own energy, in the hermit energy, to go within. And this person can't kind of reach you. And I feel like then there's new love coming in. But it's like it's weird. There's like kind of new love coming in that's maybe watching you be serene in your own environment. Maybe is confused as to why you're walking away from something here that you have a sense. It's just a subtle intuition that maybe you need to walk away from a group of people here. This could be at a singular event like a party, or this could just be overall like a friend group or something. And this is potentially leading you to a happy soul connection. And like, but it's somewhere else, and it's going to throw somebody here in some kind of tizzy, some kind of devil energy into some kind of tizzy, because you are going to get everything you want and you are like very strong in your own energy, and that's going to leave them burdened. Somebody here's like wanting to throw your energy. King of Pentacles into Hierophant. But I feel like you're meant to walk away here. So there's somebody trying to bait you into something. What are they trying to bait you into? It's this betrayal energy. So it could be that this person does have like another partner and they're not being honest with you. What is this? Why is this? What? Why is this person trying to bait you? I mean, okay, so this is classic narcissist stuff. A lot of people think that they get targeted by narcissists because they're weak. But you're targeted by a narcissist usually at like the pinnacle, right? And you are showing up here, wherever it is, as the Nine of Pentacles. So whenever you have like stuff going on for yourself, whenever you're like at the height of, you know, having whatever it is, and this person's targeting you for that reason. Why is this Empress coming out in reverse? For some of you, it's somebody else sending this person towards you. This person's maybe... for some of you, this person is like, I hate to say it, but you're seen here as like youthful, young, vibrant. And this person feels like maybe kind of old, muted, kind of washed up. And it's triggering this person. Like they're not aging gracefully. And as a part of the human experience, we all age and our bodies start to decay. But our spirit is growing because we're getting ready to go back into like the spirit world. This person, it's like a wish fulfillment to see you burdened here. Maybe with a child, with no way out, and to put you at a crossroads. This is classic no-win situation. There's a narcissist involved in this, I would say. I'm not saying that to like diagnose anybody, but there's those tactics that are being deployed here. And it's either this person that's coming towards you, or it's somebody that's sending a person here towards you. It's like a mother figure. Why is this happening? And why don't these people have a freaking life? Thank you. Bye, Elizabeth. Magician. Okay, this person's... Okay, for some of you, I know like most of you are not married or in committed relationships, but like if you are, then somebody here could be trying to invite you they could be trying to present either you or your partner here with this temptation. They could be trying to end a connection of marriage. Because they're manipulative, but they see you as this magician energy. They see you as somebody who is very skillful and kind of ready to do. It's like their wish fulfillment to see you burdened. And to create some kind of like difficult decision that is not natural. You know, like what are we going to do here? Why? Queen of Wands, quick results. Somebody could be wanting to get you into a relationship here. Ew, this is like a plan. Functioning dysfunction around the Queen of Wands. Strategy, there's grief here. Please be very careful. Basically, trust your intuition. There's somebody trying to play in your energy. That's what I'm getting. There's somebody trying to play in your energy, and it's because they're jealous. And it is because they see how, like, that you are independent and that you are bright. And they want to betray you here. And they might want to tank a relationship. Either that you are in or a relationship that feels very promising. Because they want you anxious and having to, and in a difficult crossroads moment. And this is a manipulation. Maybe to put you at a distance here from somebody that is like a strong soulmate energy. They could be working together with somebody to do this. Somebody who's insecure, somebody who maybe needs money, somebody that potentially you walked away from or you passed a judgment towards. This could be Knight of Wands energy. I feel like you're in sovereign territory. And they hate this. This person wants to betray you and they want to control you. They want to get you in some kind of binding contract that is unfair and unequal. So that could be in a work situation. That could be in a love situation. Empress. This is so Game of Thrones. Like, yeah, they want to give you options here in like love, but they're not real. Basically, there's like a handler kind of energy. That's what it feels like. And again, I know this could be a mother. This could be for some of you, and don't get paranoid. If you know your mom is this way, like maybe this could be your mother that's trying to do this because she wants to have control over your partner so she never loses control over you, right? I don't know why a person would do this. Why would a person do this? Why would this person get a job? Exactly. Get a life, get a job. I'm going dark from a ton of people. Hermit mode activation, but I need to connect with more men. I'm a guy and I've been interacting with too many women lately. Yes. And maybe that, I think you said something here that might apply to a lot of people. It's like you could have cut off from somebody here who is trying to plan a way for you to not be cut off from them or like from a group, but they're being very seedy and very underhand in doing this. And they want to almost like, they feel like they need to blow up something that makes you independent. So this could be a job or this could be a relationship, somebody that's like helping you. They need to end something in order to get you. They have to manufacture a neediness, a weakness, and a dependence. So this person is, again, they're playing in your energy. They're trying to sabotage you here. This person can be trying to affect your money. They're trying to affect your money, your independence, and your stability. And they're very low and underhanded. And it's because this person thinks that they love you, but this is a very controlling, manipulative person. So there's some kind of scheme here to mess up a relationship, maybe to frame somebody here. This has to do with like, I would be aware of like party celebration energy because that's where like the drinks are flowing and like lines are kind of blurred and maybe they can convince you that something happened that didn't or even lure you into doing something when your inhibitions are down. I just would really avoid that at the time being because this person is really after you. So this feels like Regina George. It's like, okay, but it's like, okay, what makes Regina George Regina George? Now she's a mean girl, but this to me, it's like you're strong and you're independent. So they're saying like, what are all, okay, well, it's that you have some kind of like job or you have some kind of home or you're away from them. Maybe you live at a distance or you do have some kind of relationship. This could even be with like a best friend. You could have a roommate, which maybe means that you can live alone and away from this person. Whatever those things are, it's like somebody here is like, well, if I knock this and I knock this and I knock this, then this person's going to have no choice but to come running back to me. But I think you would rather die. I don't think it's going to go the way this person thinks anyways, because I don't think you like this person. I think you got away from this person because I think you know exactly who this person is. And even if you did need help or assistance, you wouldn't go towards this person. This person, okay, I don't know if this message came out yet or not, but it's like this person wants to see you ruined. This came out in one of the messages. So either it already came out or it's going to be coming out like here this next week. Because you're unbothered and because they can't seem to affect you. I keep pulling cards because I'm like, why would a person do this? Like, get a life. Like any person who is dedicating this amount of time is not a person I would want to hang out with, even for 30 minutes, let alone, but they think that they can kind of pull one over on you and that you're not going to know that this is the kind of person that they are. Because of the 10 of Pentacles. Because they want to offer you the 10 of Pentacles maybe. Or some kind of like routine. Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. They think you're just going to be so happy and satisfied and taken care of with them. And you're just their wish fulfillment. This is gross. How are you going to know who this person is? Oh my gosh. 4 of Swords. King of Cups. I mean, they're saying you don't. I feel like this person's been watching you from a distance. You're their wish fulfillment. Again. Oh my gosh. Again, I hate this. I hate this energy, their strategy. They want you like sad or grief stricken. So they maybe want to send... They want to send a message. There's this some kind of sudden unexpected energy here that leads to some kind of marriage. Or again, this person could be married and then they travel. For some of you, this person's married. They want to travel. And then they want you burdened when you receive a message that they're married. Why are they doing that? Page of Cups. Ew. Like, this has something to do with children? Do you know this person? Maybe this is somebody who knew you when you were a child that's sending this person towards you. What is wrong with people? Okay, I've got the Knight of Cups, the Moon. Some kind of fantasy, romantic something. Maybe they want to seem really helpful, the 6 of Cups, or some kind of friend energy. What's the point of this? Queen of Cups. Like, it's so weird. This person, like, thinks they love you. And maybe sees you as a new beginning. And this is a strategy towards a new beginning. To leave their old relationship. Yeah. Oh, okay. This is a person who feels like there's one group here where it's like they're married. They want to travel somewhere. They want to, I don't know, give you some kind of message. They want you burdened finding out that they are married. This is like a tower moment. About unequal give and take. Or maybe they want to tell you that you're their favorite. And I don't know. And then realizing that something needs to change. This is some kind of strategy. They want a new beginning here. But it's like they're monkey bars. That's what this is. It's like they don't want to blow up their marriage until they get you on the hook. Didn't Janae just say this was like her exact situation? Until they get you on the hook. So they want you to fall in love with them. They're in love with you. They want you to fall in love with them so that you're chasing them so that they feel secure enough, despite all the fuckery they've caused, to leave their marriage. For some... They want to send you a message that they think is going to lead to a marriage. I don't know. That would be a heck of a message. Maybe they want to send you a message that they want to marry you and that they've been burdened. I don't know. This is a lot. Use your discernment. Use your discernment. This isn't respectful. This is... people are crazy. This is not respectful. We talked about the trust thing in pile number 3. How like that person didn't really understand that trust was the name of the game. How about respect? Respect is just a minimum. Go on, girl, and get you some. This person is trying to build relationships out of everything but the basics. It's like trust is a cornerstone. Respect is a cornerstone. Integrity is a cornerstone. But this person is trying to get around respecting you. They want you to fall in love with them and have the feelings of love. But their actions show that they don't even respect you. They don't respect you. They don't respect themselves. And they don't respect their former partner. Or their current partner that they want to be their former partner. So how can you really truly love somebody like that? You can never really truly trust somebody like that. You can't be vulnerable and put your guard down because as soon as you know how conniving they are. How could you ever trust somebody? You know how conniving they are. You know that if you get into a marriage and you think everything's fine, this person's going to do the same thing they did to you. Like, this is madness. Somebody here needs assistance in a way that, like, dude, it's strategic. I know she loves me, but she's done a dummy thing. What would it say? Yeah. Jack and Jill went up the hill. I'm absolutely swept away here, but I just feel like I'm on such an emotional come down. Yeah, and like even if you do, because like I think there might well be a lot of love here between the two of you, but the thing is, like, I just think that this person isn't factoring in that once you realize that they're married, it changes the way you're looking at them. Because even though there is love, it's like you're a rat bastard. So there's love, but now I still have to protect myself and defend myself from you because you've shown that you're capable of an immense amount of disrespect and carnage. And who wants to be with that? Yeah. So, are Are you doing a live tomorrow? No, but there on Patreon there is a pre-recorded video that is being released, and it is about your future partner. And it was pretty deep messages that came out in that, but it's scheduled to go live tomorrow at 10 for you guys. It was I even cried in one of them. Don't judge me before you listen to it. And it's okay if you judge me a little bit, but yeah, those were interesting messages. Love is not enough. Amen. You see crazy, walk away and move on and just don't look back. Yeah. And I just want to remind you too, it's like, there's a lot of messages are coming out with this that are like, trust yourself, that hermit, be centered in your own energy, pay attention to your own intuition, right? Don't allow anything to kind of like knock your emotions. But, I think this is a good time to just reestablish yourself. Like there should be boundaries, like a threshold where it's like, I never am going to do that, you know, like I'm never going to cross this particular line. Whatever that is for you, you should know what that is. And if one of yours is, I don't date married people and I refuse to be with somebody who is married and engaging in other relationships, it's a red flag. That's a red flag for me. And that's a thing that I will not go. Then even though you feel the love for this person, just because their character is situated in such a low way, it could potentially bring a lot of carnage into your life and other people's life too. Like why are you caring more about their marriage partner and like their family than they are? That's another red flag, right? I feel like even though you feel the love, your conscience is going to steer you in a different direction. And I think that's going to be helpful here because somebody here needs to be totaled. Again, another masculine test. The emotions and the actions need to be in alignment. Why is this person married to this person? Something needed to change. It could be money reasons. They thought it was like a strategic move financially. Maybe for like a new beginning. They could have known this person from the past. Honestly, could have been like very friendly. There is kind of like a love between the two of them. There could be a child here. Yeah, so there was some kind of message sent where it was like something needs to change, leading to marriage. So I don't know. For some, it's like they could have a child between them and somebody was like, look, something needs to change here. For others, it's like somebody got pregnant and it was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? But it seemed like a strategic move at the time for this person because they were burdened. Either they were burdened financially or they were burdened. Maybe they got cut off financially here from someone. Yeah, it was kind of pie in the sky. And this person could have thought like, oh, I'm going to have like a home with this person and this is going to be like my path forward. But it wasn't. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. I feel like you really should just kind of clarify with yourself like how you feel about this before this enters your life. Or like, so when you find out about this, because potentially maybe somebody's going to come into your life and love bomb you. This person can be from your past. I don't know. Then you're going to find out that they're married and then just so it doesn't catch you off guard. And so you kind of know like what your morals are. And because this person's, I'm not saying they don't have morals. I'm just saying their morals do not include being faithful when married to someone. Okay. You're welcome, Janae. Maybe that was a personal for you and Spirit just knew that you like really needed that. I'm seeing that the love between the two of you is genuine. Like I think this person really does love you, but it's just the way that they go about stuff is just, it shows like a lack of respect and it just means that there can never potentially be any trust between the two of you. I don't know. This is crazy. I'm sorry you're having to sit in such belligerent energy. It's confusing. It's, yeah. Okay. A video on masculine versus feminine tests could be really helpful. Okay. Yeah. It's all about values. It really is. Values are guiding lights, and values is how you make decisions in your life that, I learned this in therapy. My therapist was always reminding me of this, like back in the day. If you feel unfulfilled in your life, and you don't know what's wrong, then it's good and it's helpful. And this might be part of the general messages. It can be good and helpful to just do a values check because our values do change over time as well. And there could be things that are more important to us at certain points in our life. To just take a measure on your values and then look at the decisions that you've made in the past. And if they're in alignment with that, Janae, thank you so much for the super chat. Eternally grateful. Oh, yeah. So just like check your values and make sure that the decisions that you're making are in alignment with those values and that you're living out those values. Cause that's probably why you're feeling like dissatisfied or, and again, this is, I think if you look at the love between the two of you to navigate the situation, it's going to lead to some unfavorable results. But again, if you look at your values in the situation to guide you, to help you make your decisions here, I think that's going to be much more beneficial for everybody involved, because I don't think you want to be a person that like blows up a family. And I do think that's kind of part of it, is like this person almost wants to distance themselves from making that decision. Like, well, look, I just fell in love with this other person, and they're responsible for their own decisions, and they need to be standing in their own decisions, and they need to finish out one relationship before they move to the other. They can't put that on you. Because I feel like that's just going to come up in an argument later. Like, well, I fell in love with you and that's why I left my family, and you don't appreciate how hard that was, or like, something. And it's like, I didn't ask you to make the decisions that you did in your past. Like, I just really don't appreciate you scapegoating me. Like, this person wants to not be the reason. This is a person who doesn't like to make decisions and like own the fact that it was their decision. This is also a person who, if they want to break up with you, they probably just act a terror until you break up with them. They just don't want to be the person to make the decision, but really they made the decision. They just want other people to make the decision for them. This person needs to stand in their virtue. They need to stand in their courage. They need to end certain things. Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks, Jess, Alex, and Coven. Eternally grateful. Yes. Okay. Reminder of the hedge witch candle. That one is still on sale. And of course, we do still have like the everyday magic candles, the ritual candles, and you can mix and match. That's kind of the idea with this stuff, is like mixing and matching the kind of scents, because scent really is a powerful sense. It can be so evocative of emotions. And when you're talking about manifesting, drumming up like those positive emotions, it's like really something that can help drive that experience. So if you pair that with an everyday magic candle, you can have a very powerful experience. We are launching new candles next week. And again, it's like the summery kind of candles, and they're really good. I think they're good. Okay, so that's what I got. Thank you guys so much for spending your Friday with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a happy weekend. And I've got more videos coming out for you guys. We have a Patreon exclusive dropping tomorrow. And if I don't catch you before then, I'll see you next Friday. Bye.